Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
Hey, first off, I want to give all praise to our Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash.
Hey, double honor to the apostles and those that do well. Peace and blessings to our brothers out there that's speaking His word and also seeing the truth. Without delay, let's go ahead and jump to the scriptures, man.
1 Thessalonians 5 first.
1 Thessalonians 5.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye not have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should take place.
That's right. Hey, so these people are going to be overtaken by them believing in Egypt or Babylon the Great, which is spiritually America. Versus us, we know and we understand what's going on. And that's why the Most High has selected us to be watchmen,
Right.
to tell our people to be cautious of their enemies. Contrary to popular belief, you so-called Negroes have, and Latinos and Native Americans, which are the true Israelites, you have more than one enemy. You have several enemies. And the chief one is Esau Edom, which consists of the majority of the so-called white men, or white people. Okay? So we're out here to tell our people not to believe in a system that is rigged for you. Right? And to focus on the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay? Hey, look quickly Isaiah 3. Going to how the Most High has set us up to be watchmen. Because this is very important. Everybody's looking, well, in particular, you so-called Negroes, you're looking for a leader. We're here to tell you who the leaders of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. And that's the man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now, who is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? You might be wondering. For those of you who are new to this, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Where it calls Jesus Christ. So Yahweh, He is by Hashem in the name, Yahweh Shah, He delivers. And the word it calls Jesus Christ, who is your true power, man. Has sanctioned us to come out here and warn you of the same perils that are to come. Right. And now more than ever, you see that prophecy is here.
Right.
It's commencing right before our eyes.
That's right, bro. That's why you read it in Ezekiel 33rd chapter. It talks about it as we cry unto our people. It says what? To give them warning from me. Okay? What you people don't realize is that the Heavenly Father's getting ready to come back.
Right.
All right, starting with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites. Okay, but the Heavenly Father's getting ready to send His Son back to judge. And as the priest said, we've been out here letting you know this day in and day out, but you choose to forbear. So what's that's going to lead to? Your destruction, man. We're doing our part, and Lord willing, we're doing enough so we can get saved. All right, but we're doing what the Heavenly Father has sent us out, and that's to be those watchmen, as the priest said.
That's right.
Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. And I say unto the wicked.
And what does a watchman do? A watchman is basically hand over watches the city for intruders. You know? A good example of that, you would have a gentleman blowing the horn, you know, what's a good movie?
Immortal.
What's a good series is Game of Thrones. And what they will always have, they will have somebody up there, right, to warn the city that guess what, somebody is coming. But we are doing that spiritually. We are blowing that trumpet, right? We actually have a feast for that. We're blowing the trumpet, right? Because the Most High has sanctioned us to warn our people, man, and to go to extreme lengths in order to do so for His will. Okay? So when you see us out here consistently, when you see us doing these various videos, well, that's us warning you. Right? That's why here at GMS we are constantly talking about prophecy. What does prophecy mean? To say before. Go ahead.
This is Joel 2:1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in mine holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh. for it is nigh at hand.
Right.
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever like, neither shall they be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Break it down.
That's right. Hey, guess what? Okay, what is that talking about? That's talking about the end time. You see? But at the time, guess what Jeremiah was prophesying at? He was prophesying during the time in which Judah was going to get taken down by Babylon. He was warning them. Like, hey, don't go against them. Serve your time. And go back to the Heavenly Father. Return back to the Heavenly Father. Right? That's what we're doing now. And you got people out there that say they come up against the beast, right? With weapons and things of that nature. We're telling our people to repent and turn back to the Heavenly Father. That's going to be the way that you are covered in that day. Right. Now more than ever. Because the abomination of desolation is basically being built. Right. They're marking the beast. So as watchmen, what are we doing? We out here warning you really of the Most High. Didn't Scripture say, warn them of me? And somebody could grant that, right? Let's get back to the Scripture. If you have a precept, that's fine.
Ezekiel 3:18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thine hand.
That's right. So if you know this truth and you're not publishing the truth, guess what? The Most High is going to hold you accountable. If you have gotten to the point, you brothers out there that are watching this, right? You have got to the point to where you're teaching your family, you're teaching this person, you're teaching that person in the inner circle, right? They might listen, they might not, who knows? But if you have gotten to that level, guess what? It's time for you to go out there and you to publish this word. Right? Hey, if the 144 has already been sealed, we're just waiting for them to be convinced. Right? So you gotta make your body living sacrifice for it.
God, and this is 1 Corinthians 9:16. But though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is me, woe is unto me, if I preach not the gospel.
That's right. Hey, destruction, that woe is synonymous with destruction, right? So destruction will come on you if I preach not the word. You know all these precepts, things that nature, and you're not doing anything to magnify the Yahweh outside of this time. Hey, the Most High put you in a messed up situation. He can jack you up, right? But if we out here telling everybody, you know, it's all good to be Israelite. It's like, you know, buying t-shirts, things that nature, and not tell you that bad times are coming. Guess what? The Most High's gonna hold us accountable for that.
Right.
Go ahead, read that one more time again, right?
Ezekiel 3:18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways, to save his life, the same wicked man.
If I may, real quick, that's the thing too. It says to save his life, man. All right, and that's the thing. Really, when you go according to the law, that's what's supposed to take place. If you see your brother Aaron, a fellow Israelite, you're supposed to let them know. All right, our nation. All right, when you go into our customs and our origin, we was always meant to reprove one another whenever we saw wickedness, man. That's how we was able to shine forth among the Gentiles. Okay, but what happened? We weren't able to keep it. Jay continued to go off, and what? The leaders went off as well. Really, the leaders went off. That's why the people went off at a point in time, man. All right, that's why we got cast off among the nations and became Gentiles. Okay, but hey, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai dying and resurrecting from the dead, that charge has been laid back on us to preach this gospel, man. All right, let you all know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the Israelites, and this is the message of salvation. This is the message that was taught from the beginning, and this is nothing but the extension of it from the beginning, man. Okay, you got it. That's right, bro.
Go ahead, huh?
Saves his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. 19th verse. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. 20th verse. 20th verse. Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. Because thou hast not given him warning, he shall die in his sins, and his righteousness, which he had done, shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
That's right. Hey, so somebody who has turned back to his bondage, turned back to his filth, right? That stumbling block is placed, it's set in place. You haven't walked it, guess what? You're going to be held accountable. Right. And that's what happened to a lot of these guys that called themselves priests and how by some shop. Right? Come out here preaching this word awesome for their own agenda. Telling people out there there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. Right? It's a gross error. That's going to get a lot of people killed. That's going to throw a lot of people off road. Right? Telling people that it's okay, or showing people that it's okay to mingle with thirds, people that have shot out the Bible. Right? It's going to give a lot of people, you know, it's going to be a stomach block unto a lot of people. And guess what? That's going to show them that it's okay to be around family like that. Right? To be on your family. Not saying you can't hang around your family or have relationships, but there comes a time where you have to make a choice on what you're going to follow, or what energy you're going to give up. So all of these various actions that the other camps are doing, guess what? We're calling it out so we can be governed. And we're telling our people out there everything they need to know. Right? And warning the people. Bringing up various articles, right? To make sure that's what we're coming at. Hey,
yeah, that's right. Hey man, we're debtors right now, man. We debtors to Yahweh Shai, and since he had bought us back with his blood, our job was to teach. All right, when you read it in Galatians, the 1st chapter, Paul was talking about preaching among the heathen, all right, and being born, being a prophet out of his mother's womb. But what it said that Yahweh Shai may be shown through me. Okay, so that's what we out here to do, to display this message unto the Gentiles, man. All right, you Israelite foreigners, let you know, repent, turn back. Okay, hey, the day of the Lord is near.
that's right.
I got a precept.
Go ahead,
This is Romans chapter 1, starting at verse 13. Now I would not have you ignorant, brethren, that oftentimes I proposed to come unto you, but was let hitherto, that I might have some fruit among you, even as among other Gentiles. I am a laborer, both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and the unwise.
That's right. So that's why we come out here to the chief place of concord.
Right.
Because everybody will Jacob, let me refine it, not everybody, but Israel, that comes from different walks of life, can hear it.
Right.
So if we go to these various camps, we got some people out there that are well off, some people that aren't so, some people that have families, some people that don't. Right? But all these various people will call for one course.
Right.
And that course is to walk in the book of Hallelujah. When we do that, we come out here, why? Because again, hey, we are debtors for this beautiful life that we have. Right? We are debtors to be, be chosen to possibly reign with Yahweh Shai. Hey, so we doing what we have to do as a way to receive that salvation, receive what that kingdom, because we want a kingdom, we want to rule.
Right.
We have an opportunity to rule, man. Right? Go ahead, Al.
John, verse 15. So as much as in thee, I am ready to preach the gospel that are in Rome also. And when you go into Rome back then, Rome was an epicenter back then, man. All right, a lot of people get it misconstrued that when he was writing to those different Romans, to those Grecian churches, to those regions, that it was literal, like, Gentiles that he was teaching. Okay, but if you don't understand the history and why it's important so far for us to go out here and preach this word, because Israel was mingled among these people, man. So you look at Rome, which was a chief hegemon for a bunch of nations to gather together. That's no different than America. So as Paul was given the charge to preach unto those Romans, all right, to those barbarians, the same thing applies to us, teaching unto you Negroes in America, you Mexicans in America, you Latinos, Native Americans, and such. Okay, and as we were going into in the sermon, if we don't do this, this blood could be upon our hands, man. That's why we're made dead. Because if we don't do this, we dead. We done. Okay, but if we continue in the work, what does that lead to? A crown of salvation. This leads to life, not only for us, but for you as well, for being a hearer. And that'll choose you to be a doer.
Right.
Okay?
That's right. That's right, man. Hey, that's why the scriptures say, be not a doer of the words.
Be not
Be not a hearer of the words. What's it? John 1 and 21? Just real quick, John 1
I got the secret.
James 1 and 23.
That's James.
I got it. This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 23. It says, for if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in the glass. All right. So what James is pretty much saying, if you acting like you got it, but you ain't walking that walk, man, you fooling yourself. Oh, 22 here, come on, absolutely. James 1 and 22, it says, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
That's right. Hey, so, remember what we just read in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, man? That a person that knows all this knowledge, and you're not going out there, you're not teaching, right? You're not warning the people, the Most High is going to kill you, right? Because you're not doing what the Most High commanded you to. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So you have to go out there and you have to teach His word, man. And also live the word. And you have that life. When people see you, they should they should see the Heavenly Father. Right? But it talks about that in Matthew the 5th chapter, man. You know, let your light shine. Being an ambassador for the Yahushua. Okay? And you got a lot of guys out there, you know, in various places. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing to serve the Heavenly Father. Whether it be a man in a common war or a man in camp or a man that once was in the camp. It doesn't matter. What matters is you doing His word. Right. That's it. Nobody can make you care. You gotta do it for yourself. Because you believe.
It says, verse 23, for if any man be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in the glass. So when you look at a mirror, what do you see? You see yourself, man. All right? The thing about it is, once Yahushua had died on the cross and resurrected, our old man had died with him. Okay? So when you look in the mirror, James is using this as an allegory to look in the mirror and seeing yourself. That's like being a hearer but not a doer. Okay? When you look in that image, you're supposed to see a reflection of Yahushua, man, because you would change that. Once you hear this word, it's supposed to what? Move you to do good works. All right? And it takes faith to do that. Okay? But through faith, your works are going to show and be displayed. And you're going to place these actions that you preach. That's why what they say, practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. All right? And that doctrine is something that's been in the Christian church for so long, but they don't follow that, man. All right? Well, we part of this life, man. And these words that are written right here, we're not only supposed to say them, but do them, man. Especially here in these times in the last days.
That's right. Hey, because this part really is about to be closed.
Yeah.
Come out here on the highways and byways and things of that nature. Right. This is about to be closed. You know? So if the Most High galvanize you to go out there on the streets, guess what? Do it for your salvation. Because at the end of the day, what we are going to receive that same penny. Yep. Right? So it's about doing the work now. Put that up there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody receive the same penny.
Yeah.
17. Because that's very important, man. Hey, we have to remember that individually speaking, we're all trying to get a crown.
Yep.
To symbolize what? Rulership, man.
20 and 10.
Right? So that takes what? Individual belief, individual confidence in Yahweh Shai and in yourself. Nobody can convince you, and you shouldn't want anybody to have to convince you.
Right.
You know, although you need to exhortation sometimes, you're down to know. But you shouldn't be seeking that validation. What you should seek is how by Shem Yahushua. And
Right.
it's approval. By doing what? Doing the work, bro. For yourself. Because you want to rule. Because you're looking to receive that penny.
Man.
You got it out? Water, bro. Go ahead.
Matthew 20 and 13. But he answered one of them.
Hey, start a few verses higher.
Yeah, that's cool. Matthew 20 and 10. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they have received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying,
Really, you should really start. Really, you might as well start from the top. That way the audience understands really the gravity and the weight of what the brother was going into. See why he brought this up.
It's very important, man. It's very important that you understand why you're here. Right? And a lot of times it starts with yourself. What do you believe in for yourself? Not because what the brother said, how that brother said, how that brother said. What do you believe? Right? And he says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling for a reason. Right? And that's, what is that talking about? Is that talking about being selfish? Right? Is that talking about self-glorification? Get the most righteous you can? Right? No. What is that talking about, man? That's talking about being convinced that you believe in what the scriptures say, according to what the apostles and the elders of Jesus Christ have taught us. Right? And then being galvanized enough to actually do what you're told. You know? That's going to lead to your kingdom. But again, it starts with yourself. Putting in that work. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 20, verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like a man that is a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard.
And those are the wages, man. All right? Those are the wages, a penny a day. And this is spiritual, this is allegory talk. Okay, so when you do the work, all right, for the prophets, for the brothers, when you do your shows, when you pray to the Lord, when you go into the highways, just remember that we are debtors. And these are ways that we pay off that debt, especially since we've accumulated so much throughout time. So this is the way that we get paid. All right, is you have a point? Something you got to say? Okay. Yeah.
Third verse. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you.
Right.
And they went their way. Again, he went out about the 6th hour.
Hey, if I can say this, who's the vineyard? The vineyard is Israel. Right? Remember what the Most High did to Israel in Isaiah the 5th chapter. He destroyed the vineyard. Hey, can we grab this book? This one is standing, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah, I think it's 5, but I'm going to double check.
It is 5.
It's 5?
Yeah, 5 and 1.
Check. Okay, somebody can grab that for me. Start from the top. Because the Most High destroyed his vineyard. Because what was it doing? It was bringing up these wild grapes. What is this? So he destroyed it. He wasn't bearing, Israel wasn't bearing the correct fruit. And what they meant, which is symbolic of what? Action. Hey, that's why Yahweh said in Matthew the 7th chapter that you will know them by their what? Fruit.
Yeah.
See, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 5 and 1. Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my brethren. A song of my beloved that's his vineyard. My well-beloved had a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. And he fenced it and grabbed it out the stones thereof and planted it with the choicest vine. All right? And built a tower in the midst of it.
Hey, the choicest vine, the choicest lineage. Right? Which is who? Yahweh Shai. Right? Well, actually, we will find that, which is Israel, the outside. Okay, go ahead.
Genesis 2 and 7, back to what the brother is saying, that Israel is that vineyard that the Heavenly Father is talking about. Genesis 2 and 7, and Yahweh thy power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. And Yahweh thy power planted a garden eastward in Eden. And there he put the man whom he had formed. Like it says in that 7th verse, and that we breathe life, which is how to understand it. Adam. And who came from the lines of Adam? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 12 patriarchs, man. You know, that's us.
It's the garden, man. Okay? And we've always got kicked out of it due to our constant rebellion. Okay? This back in Isaiah chapter 5, verse 2. And he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress thereof. And he looked at it to bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes.
Brought forth all grapes.
Right.
Right? And what was that? Worshiping these various idols, man. Into Molech, burning the children. Hey, when you read in Kings, that's what they were doing. Right? Burning their sacrifice to their children. So, worshiping these other idols. Like taking on these, wiping these heathens, which are nothing but whores. The biggest stuff's out there, man. But Jake didn't get a white woman, he got a prize. You know. Me personally, I don't get with it. That's just me. I don't like it. Now I know some bad ones, man. They didn't lose your mind over, but that's what Israel was doing. Losing their mind over the Midianites. Go ahead, dog.
This is Psalm 80 and 8. Thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt, and hast cast out the heathen and planted it. Thou preparest the room before it, and it is caused to take deep root and filled the land. The hills were covered with the shadow of it, and the boughs thereof were like the field of cedar. All right, hey, it was a point we were protected by the Lord. The Lord covered us, and he had produced the shade, man. All right. She sent out her boughs unto the sea, and her branches unto the river, and those are the children. Why hast thou broken down her hedges, so that all they which pass by the way do pluck her?
That's right.
The war.
What is the head? So like the heads are basically protection, right? So that way, so they can be killed or plucked up or used by the various nations. That's precisely what's happening now.
That's right.
Because the Most High took away that protection.
Right. Verse 13. The bow out of the wood doth waste it, and the wild beasts of the field doth devour it. Return, we beseech thee, O God of hosts. Look down from heaven and behold and visit this vine.
Right.
Just wanted to bring that precept out going to that vine, and that's what we out here doing.
Right.
All right, hey, we want the Lord to return and visit us, man. I mean, look at all the things that's taking place on the planet Earth right now. All right, adultery is set on high. Okay, we amongst the heathen, we adapted their ways. And when you look around at our men, all you see is a bunch of homosexuals, man. All right, this is crazy out here, and something needs to be changed. And that's why we come out here. As we started the lesson generally going into prophecy and preaching, and woe is unto us if we don't do it. This is why. All right, if the Heavenly Father's prophets were out here doing this, man, wickedness will continue to go on. Hey, one of the brothers said this, and it was beautiful, man, how he summed it up. If the Lord was never to come back, just think of how far Esau would continue to go in his wickedness. All right, we literally need divine intervention, or else the Lord is going to completely do away with all of this, man. Hey, but that's why the scriptures say in Isaiah, the 1st chapter, if I wouldn't have had myself a remnant, we would have been at Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, so it's very important that the prophets are out here prophesying, man. Because if Yahweh didn't come and the prophets didn't come, the whole vineyard would be ruined, man. It will be destroyed.
That's it, bro. Can we go back to Isaiah 5?
This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 3. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could I have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done unto it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes?
That's right. So the Most High is telling us that, man, hey, he took care of us.
Right.
Hey, if you really think about it, he did. Think about the times we were in the wilderness.
Yep.
Everything that we cried out to the Lord to, that's what was provided unto us.
Yeah.
Right? But that wasn't enough for our people.
Mm-hmm.
Our people preferred the way of the evil.
Right.
Just like now.
Yep.
So a lot of our people are destroyed straight up. And that's why the Most High has sent us out here to the vineyard to work, to pluck up the righteous fruit.
That's right. And cultivating. Our husband. This is verse 5. And now go, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the heads thereof, and it shall be eaten up, just like it was written in Psalm 80. And break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned nor dead, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it.
That's right. In certain fruits, when you grow it, briars and thorns are right by it. Right, case in point. Down here we have wild berries. If you'll cultivate that wild berry, guess what? You're going to see more wild berry than thorns. But if you're not taking care of that fruit, you'll see a whole bunch of thorns and briars.
Right.
And you'll be looking around for the fruit like, man, you know. That's how it goes. It is only producing like 1 or 2 drops of small nuggets of basically the berry, the wild berry. You see? Because it hasn't been taken care of. So the Bible is speaking that happened to us. Right?
Verse 6, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned nor dead. There shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. And when you go into that rain is likened to the word, man. All right? When the Lord had taken his Holy Spirit, when he had the temple destroyed, when there was no way that we could communicate with our Lord and intervene or really mediate, that's him taking that rain away from us, man. And we became what? Dry. Okay? We became dry. What? Dry bones. Like in Ezekiel the 37th chapter. Okay? It says, for the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold, oppression. For righteousness, but behold, a cry. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth.
That's right. And that's going into another topic, but the point was made that vineyard is Israel,
Right.
man.
Right.
See? So what saints will go out to the vineyard and do what? And plug up again the good fruit.
Right.
Right? That's why the Most High says in Ezekiel, not Ezekiel, but Sirach, to hate not husbandry.
Right.
Right? I think what's the 10th chapter? Hate not husbandry.
Sirach guy over there.
Sirach? Hate not husbandry.
It's going into like laborious work or something like that.
Laborious hard work.
Yeah. I think somewhere around there.
I believe it's 10, like 3. I know it's there. We can't find that.
Yeah, it's Ecclesiastes. Sirach 7 and 15.
7 and 15.
Let me download
Bro, or whoever. Matter of fact, you already put it up. That's got your copy. You got it, Corn? I got it. Okay, cool.
Sirach 7 and 15.
Hey, and this, by the way, if I may, this is part of working the sweat from my brow as well. All right, just that we were supposed to labor, but this is something that we're supposed to do as well. Because there was a point in time we didn't have to do this.
That's just worked out.
All right, we were pretty much perfect when Adam and Eve, before they ate of that forbidden fruit. Okay, but since sin was brought forth in the earth and they rebelled, then we actually had to work up the sweat of our brow and do this work as well. Teach our people. Okay, because once sin was brought forth, death was brought forth. And once death was brought forth, you know, then we died. You know? So like your brother.
Sirach 7 and 15. Hate not labor, work neither husbandry.
Yeah, read that again.
Oh, slack. Sirach 7 and 15. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained. Number not thyself.
Okay, that was the point. Hate not laborious work. That was difficult work. You know? Hey, because in the flesh, sometimes you want to chill. Sometimes you just want to just put some music on. Vibe out. Chill with a little ghetto. You know, which you can't, we're not saying you can't do, but just know that we have an obligation.
Right.
You got to put those things that you want to do aside for the will of the Heavenly Father. He has called us out there to do what? To preach His word, to sit up in the way. Right? You've been sitting on your hands, it's time for you to get up. Can I ask you a question now? You know you're Israelite, right? How long have you known? Just be real. About 2 years? Okay. Okay, where you from? Hey,
That's just fucking tough.
about a year. So you've been knowing us for a year. Get up. It took you so long to come out.
No, I've been out before.
What?
I'm trying to get to the point.
Okay, so you've been out here before. Okay. So you've been, so you know about you. All right, about a year. Okay. And some big steps. Okay, so you've been coming out. Okay, done. I had to ask you. I'm just curious. You know, I'm just curious, brother. But you out here, that's good. The time is very short. I'm not coming to sideways, but you know, I'm just trying to. You know what time it is, right? You've been in for about a year. Okay, so you up to speed pretty much. You know about the more, you know, so it's kind of, you know what I'm talking about? So you got to come out here and show consistency. You know what I'm talking about? For yourself, not for me. Hey, that's what I'm out here to do. I'm not here to talk down on you or anything like that, or make you feel, you know, I'm not trying to make you feel no type of way. I'm just as a man to man, I'm letting you know, you need the Lord, you gotta repent, you gotta come back. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on. And brothers got different ways of explaining that, but that's why we out here. Hey, because you could be one of those chosen. Guess what? But you win.
Right?
That's residual income. I need that.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, I'm going to start at verse 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned except he strive lawfully. And that lawfully can go into consistency, as the brother was saying. You know what I'm saying? But also we were going into it earlier, being a hearer, but also a doer of the word. You know, and brothers got different lots as well. Certain brothers prophets, certain brothers that helps. Certain brothers, you know, they're, as the scripture say, there's a bunch of different offices in this thing. So whatever our office is, the Lord wants us to show consistency in that. So that's how we're going to receive that crown. All right, doing that lawfully, as the priest was saying. When you continue, it says in verse 6, the husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of his fruits.
Yeah.
And that goes with what the brother was saying. All right, because as we're going into that vineyard, and dressing the vineyard, that goes into husbandry. When you go into a husband, that goes to the one who plants those seeds. All right, so you plant those seeds, you make sure that you cultivate that ground that seed is around so it can actually go forward and be a goodly fruit. Okay, so with all the labor and the work and the sweating of the brow that you're doing, whatever that fruit ends up becoming to be, you're gonna be the first one to eat of that fruit. Okay, if you cook a turkey dinner, you know, you're gonna know how it tastes. You know, so you're gonna be the first one to eat of that. So as the brother had said, hey man, if you I get paid. That's the thing. You know, we're looking to get paid for the work that we do. Okay? The thing about it is that pay might not come instantly. Okay, but the Lord has us doing this for a period of time. That's what he talks about, the husband waiting for the latter rain. All right, and that time is coming. You know?
That's right. That's how investment works.
That's right.
Investment, they don't instantly start up.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
We have a very microwave mentality here in the U.S. Everything is readily available to it, and that's why a lot of us are gluttons.
Right.
And in a lot of things.
Right.
You know? But true food, you know, whether you cooking or actually growing, it takes time.
Right.
It takes cultivation. See? So yeah, we're not, we might not get paid as soon as we want to, but we know if we want to be paid. Right? That's why we tour. And guess what? Those guys that came in here, right, are going to get paid that same penny.
Right.
That's a beautiful deal. Right? There it comes. Go back to it.
Matthew 20 and verse 4. And he said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came,
If I may, the 11th hour is right before destruction too.
Right.
Okay, when you look at it, you can even read it in Second Thessalonians. I'm sorry, Second Ezra. What is it? What chapter is that? Okay, pretty much going into the earth dividing into 12 parts. Second Ezra 14. Okay, he talks about it being divided into 12 parts, and those 12 parts represent different spans of time. Okay, and even around that time, that was during the Medo-Persian Empire. And when you read that, he said already a 10th and a half part was passed. Okay, that's 2,500 years ago, man. Okay, so we definitely knocking at the door on the 12th hour, man. So those brothers that's coming in at the 11th hour are coming. Okay, and that pay is getting ready to come. Okay, the scriptures clearly shows you that we're in the latter days right now. You can't get no way around it, man. And that's beautiful why, you know, you and other brothers are coming out right now, including us. That's right. Because this represents prophecy being fulfilled, man. That's right. Contrary to popular belief.
That's right. Because we need you to be convinced, huh? Right. So we gotta get out of here. We need you to get convinced. That's gonna take you to a point and show them that you get. Hey, there's three camps out there. This brother got a camp on Sunday. He teaches the same doctrine as us. There's a camp Tuesday. There's a camp Tuesday. There's a camp 2 times today. This brother went to camp early, right? With another brother, and this brother right here. So you can catch the wave.
Brothers on Sunday too.
Yep.
Yeah, the brother on Sunday too. You can catch the wave. It's all about showing that mission. You don't have time to contemplate. Right? It's time now to get on outside. We don't know how long we're gonna be out.
That's right, bro. That's right, bro. If I may just to land back off you, brothers, and you know that's just part of the mercy as well. Let's say brothers got jobs, different things that you got to handle throughout the day. The Lord has different avenues where you can come and receive a word. You know what I'm saying? There's always ways. You know? That's right. That's right. Psalm 19 talks about that unicorn, and it says day and night prophecy is being proclaimed with some paraphrasing. You know, so it's beautiful how the Lord's mercy and His grace is working, where the word is being distributed every day, all day, different times. You know.
That's right. You read up with what that demon gave us. As soon as you start to read, we will touch the person that's here, or that's listening to him. That's start where you had started at, like the 11th and 12th hour, the 11th hour. It was that demon was straight. I just started at
Matthew 20 and 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their 6th verse. And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall you receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny.
That's right. So we're all striving for what? That same penny, that same reward. Which is what? Synonymous with the crown. What's that talking about? Right? When we get that individual crown.
Oh yeah. Come. Yep.
You can probably start to find a good place there.
Romans 8 and 17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach.
That's right. Joint heirs with Hamashiach. We're going to rule with the Heavenly Father. So it don't matter what time you come in, you just got to be convinced about yourself. It's my job to assist you in that you being fixed. Right? Put my head on the highways and byways. Be on ground. Right?
This is trying to go over, like, I always watch the videos. It's different, yeah. It's different. It's trying to get
Right? If you can make it, make it.
Well, it takes faith too. But that's the ultimate foundation behind this thing. That's what compels your action, really.
That's right, brother.
Belief is just the first step. But faith is what drives you. Like, man, I got to do something about what I know now. I got to take ownership of what I know now. And that is a process. But that window of grace is closing fast, so you better make a move before the Most High make a move. That's the point the brothers is making.
Right.
You know?
Hey, because our forefather Abraham, his faith was counted unto him as righteousness. Because he believed, and what that belief galvanized him to move. Right. Well, you know what? I'm going to go to this region. Set up shop on my own cattle. Really believe, you really read our forefathers and their belief. Hey, it takes belief to believe what they've done. Right? But again, it's on you, bro.
This is James chapter 2, verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son? When he offered Isaac his son upon the altar? See thou how faith wrought his works, and by works was faith made perfect. So it says by works, faith was made perfect, man. You know, and this is the work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We all know this is the work that we're doing right here. Okay, especially Christianity will tell you that you don't got to do works. And the reason why they'll tell you that because, hey, you can read about it in Romans the 3rd chapter where the Apostle Paul is speaking to those Israelites in Rome, and he's talking about the difference between the works and the faith. And he tells you it's not of works. Okay, but what people don't understand is when Paul was saying that, he was talking about performing those deeds of the law that were damn near impossible to perform. And that was a snare that was being laid upon those Gentiles, those Israelite foreigners, man. All right, that's completely different than what James is talking about right here. James is talking about if you show your faith, you got to prove it by the works that you do. Okay, you got to make sure you're doing a pattern that we were talking about of those works, like it was read in 2 Timothy chapter 2. Going into it, if a man strive for masteries, he must strive lawful. And this is doing it the lawful way. All right, making sure that we all, and we're not singling you out neither, we're just really just generalizing.
Right.
You know, but going into that pattern of good works, this is the works that are going to be done to get all of us on the chariot. Okay, and this is our reasonable service to tell you all these things. Okay?
Man, like a holiday. Going in, brother.
This is the book of James chapter 2, verse 23. It says, and the scripture was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed the Most High. That's what the brother said. And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he was called the friend of the Most High. You see then how that by works a man is justified and not by faith only? Okay, because as the priest said, man, if you show that you have faith, you got to show a pattern of works, which is belief. Okay? And that's going to justify your faith. Your faith is justified by your actions, like Abraham's faith is justified by his actions.
And it also said faith without works is dead.
That's right. Period. That's it.
But this is a showing in your face. This is the first step coming out. You know, and it's just a build-up process as the Most High suffers. You know, faith is a seed that grows. You know,
Go ahead,
Romans 4.
going to what the priest is going into about Abraham, how his work, you know, how it was righteousness of the Most High.
Romans 4
In verse 1, what shall we say then that Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh,
Hey, somebody hold Genesis the 15th chapter about the show. You have to start from the top.
Romans chapter 4, verse 1.
Because right now with the Apostle Paul, when you read this right here, we made this statement earlier going into this dispensation of the gospel. All right, and you read this is the Romans. Okay, now in Christianity, we was all taught, oh, well, these are the Gentiles of Rome. These are just everybody that just believes. So when you read this here, it's going to clearly show you that this is actually a subgroup of people that had dwelt among those Romans who were Israelites. Because when you read this, and it really, that's why it makes sense when the scriptures say, if you have ears to hear, let them hear. Because if you really listen to the pattern of where the word that's been displayed, he speaks to as he's talking to an exclusive audience. And that exclusive audience being the Israelites.
You over here?
Okay, because being the Israelites, we were the main ones that had kept the customs of our father Abraham.
What
He
they
saw
got
them
going
do
on?
that. All right, Midian somewhat did it a little bit, but they weren't all the way there on point with it. But it was the Israelites because what? That promise was passed down from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it continues with us. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Romans chapter 4, verse 1. What shall we say then? That Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, has found. For if Abraham were justified by works, he hath whereof the glory.
Okay, now, but in James, it just talked about Abraham and by his works. Okay, so one could be confused when they read this here, man. Okay, but it really coexists with itself. All right, really to understand Paul's writing, you got to understand the mystery of the Gentiles. That's why it's written. Matter of fact, Uncle Saul, brother, could you hold 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, the 15th verse? Okay, because if you don't understand the writings of Paul, okay, you've done it. That's why you look at Christianity, they go towards the writings of Paul so hard on it, which the writings are dope. But they don't understand what Paul meant, and they don't understand that he was still categorizing the Israelites within his message. He was just a preacher unto those Gentiles, those Israelite foreigners that we go into often. You got it? 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 15.
Yeah, this is 2 Peter 3 and 15. It says, "And account that the long suffering of the Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you."
So this is the same message, man. Okay? The same message is salvation. James, Paul, Peter, of course, Yahweh Shai first and foremost. And he said, this is what I'm writing unto you. Meaning Peter had the same exact audience that Paul had. He had the same audience that James had. It wasn't no separation between the two, even though Peter was, it was all Israelites. Even though Peter was an apostle to the Jews and Paul to the Gentiles. But if you don't have proper understanding, you're not going to understand that. Because Peter just said, this is written unto you. And when you read 1 Peter, the beginning of it, he tells you that this is a letter written to the scattered Israelites in those regions, man. You know? You got it.
Verse 16, it says, "As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood."
And that's the thing. Christianity literally created a whole doctrine of Paul's letters that they don't understand, man. And what does he continue to say going into
They
that?
don't understand the Hellenistic period.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Continue on. This is verse 16. I'm going to read verse 16 again.
Yeah.
"As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest," which goes back to wrestle,
That's right. Goes back to wrestling.
"as they do also the other scriptures."
As they do the other scriptures, they don't understand the history.
Right.
They don't understand the true Gentiles Paul was writing to. Okay, and to really understand the Gentiles, really the mystery of the Gentiles, as Paul says it, you got to understand the history of what befell upon us throughout time, man.
Fast forward, you gotta understand all that.
Yeah, because you think about it like this. Why did Paul call it the mystery of the Gentiles? You got all Christianity that talks about his letters. That don't sound like a mystery to me. You know, if all these people are just adhering to it and don't understand it, but the way we teach it is very scarce. It goes over everybody's heads, and only a few are able to receive it. And that's the mystery. And that's the mystery that's revealed unto his servants. Okay? Hold on. Continuing that, and then we can bring your
It
precept.
says, "As they also the other scriptures unto their own destruction."
Unto their own destruction, man. All right? So they don't even know that how fervent they are with not understanding the word. It's going to ultimately lead to their death of missiles, man. Or the famine or the sport that's getting ready to come. Okay? And that's why it's important for us to come out here and really declare this, man. Because there was a period of time when we were tracking that purpose. We were without faith. We didn't really know what faith was. We talked about faith. Okay? Oh, I got faith. Eating that ham sandwich. Ham hanging out your lip when you talk about faith, man. Hanging up some ornaments on that Christmas tree afterward your grandparents reading you the story of David and Goliath. Don't know what the hell going on, man. You know, that's why necessity is laid upon us to preach this gospel, as the priest was going into earlier, man. Okay, because without this word, man, there's no chance. But as it's written of, faith coming by hearing, hearing coming by the word of the Most High, man. And that's distributed and declared throughout his men. Okay, this is the floodgates opening back up unto our people. Okay? I believe that was pretty much it on that point. You got a precept?
Just to back up what the preacher said, like, this goes to show that our people is the same Jews from back then, man. Because what did the Jews tell you, how Shah? You said he thought that the Jews told him Yahushua that we are the children of Abraham. So what did Yahushua tell us? If you were the children of Abraham, then you would do the works of Abraham.
Right. Right. And what are the works of Abraham, man? We're getting ready to read it. What was the work that ultimately showed Abraham worthy to receive the land of Canaan?
About to sacrifice his son.
And what did it take to sacrifice his son?
Faith.
It took faith. That's what it was. And the thing about it is, this is before Abraham was even circumcised. Okay, so it's very much deeper than just the actual circumcision, but it goes into your works and your belief, as the priest said earlier. And that's what we're getting ready to go into. You got a point?
No, that's not. It's beautiful that you're just making that point because, like you said, before the Lord woke us up, you know, Jake had faith, but faith on the left hand side.
Right.
Jake had faith,
right.
didn't have faith in the right direction.
Yeah. Still not according to knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But Jake, a lot of times, Jake will know what's up and what's not.
Yeah.
Even before the truth, bro, you knew you wasn't supposed to be in no court, bro. But you like, mom's hooked it up, grandma hooked it up, big sis, nah, bro. But now, you need to have faith that you have by Shemi Ashaz to let you know, bro, this is what's up.
Right.
You know?
That's right, brother. Beautiful. You got that precept?
Going to what you were saying about how Paul wants to talk to the Israelites, not just no evil.
Right.
Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were cursed from Hamashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
Hey, brother, real quick, when Paul made the statement going into that, he wished he could make himself a curse for Mashiach. What is he talking about?
He wished that he could have died for the.
That's right. That's right, brother. He wished that he could be that sacrifice for the nation of Israel. Okay? And by the way, this is another indicator why the brother brought this precept out, which shows how exclusive it actually is, man. That it ain't for everybody. Okay? Because you think about it, hundreds of years, there's been a doctrine, really, we can really say over 1,000 years, there's been a doctrine proclaimed that everybody can receive salvation. You know, and really it's come to its fullness with us, say, the last 200 years or so. Okay? Especially when we were in slavery, when they made that slave Bible, they took out, 80% of the Old Testament, 40% of the New Testament.
Yeah.
So they literally created a doctrine of Christianity that was really meant for you Israelites' destruction, man. Okay, so what we're preaching right now was very important. We're literally giving you the truth of the Bible through the Holy Spirit, of course, because we don't got nothing to boast. We don't got nothing to glory in ourselves. Okay? You got it, brother.
Romans 9:4.
He's over there screaming hard as hell. That's amping me up, man. I'm trying to get it in.
Romans 9:4. Who
Yeah,
are
that's right.
Israelites, to who pertaineth to adoption,
The
and
adoption.
the glories, and the covenants, and the giving of the law.
So Paul is saying for the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the promises. But he's talking about the priesthood, the services. Okay, but he's talking about it going to the Israelites, man.
Right.
You know, matter of fact, I know we going all hold that. I mean, read that, but it goes into the oracles of the Most High in Peter. If any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of the Most High. And if somebody can look at the word oracles in the blue letter, Bobby the show. Oracles. Yeah, the word oracles is in 1 Peter and 2, I believe 1 Peter, but I could be wrong. Watch what we say.
2 Peter 4:17.
4:17. Yeah, look at this short guy over there, man. Whatever, bro. No, I'm messing with you, man.
I know.
I'm messing with you, brother.
Well, 1 Peter 4:11.
Yeah. Because right now, what did he say? He said the services, man. All right. He said all these things that pertain to the Israelites. Okay, which again goes to the services. So let's see what the Apostle Peter says right here. You can read it first before going
Oh,
to the
so
word.
like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
1 Peter 4:17.
Second Peter only got 3
Right.
chapters.
Yeah, that's right. 1 Peter 4. All right.
1 Peter 4:17.
Because again, remember, we went into Paul and he named all these different traits that was given unto the Israelites. The services of the Most High, ministry.
Oh, 1 Peter 4:11.
The covenants. Okay, the promises, the glory. All these things are given to the
Okay,
Israelites
yeah,
and
you're
nobody else. Because if it was given to everybody else, then that means the promise doesn't matter. Okay? But the promise was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that never went anywhere, man. Okay? You got it?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, go ahead.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11.
Hey, and brothers on the comment board, listen up too for this.
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High.
Let them speak as the oracles of the Most High. Now go into that word oracles, brother, for sure. Because he says if any man speak, right? So he's talking about everybody, I guess, right? He's talking about everybody. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles. But now we got to go into the oracles and really what that is, man. Okay? And then we can go back to that Romans 9. This is the word oracles in the Greek, and it's logion. Logion. Huh? That's what it means. It goes back to oracles. Yep, that's even right. When somebody's name was Logan, that goes back to one that was given utterance unto the Most High. Salaki, and that's right. That's right.
Oration is
Yeah, that's right, brother. And that's in the G3051. And it's Logion. The outline biblical usage is a brief utterance, a divine oracle. Doubtless, because oracles were generally brief. Divine oracle, okay? Divine word, that's the oracle. Where did that come from? It came from heaven, and it was delivered unto the Israelites when Moses in Mount Sinai. That's why you read it in Hebrew. You got it?
Well, I got one.
Is it in Hebrews? Okay, yeah. You got it, bro.
This is 2 Peter 1:18. It says, "And this voice which came from heaven we heard."
There we go.
That utterance, like you're going into.
Man.
It says, "And this voice which came from heaven we heard when we were with him in the holy mountain."
There we go. That's a beautiful example, man. And that goes into the oracles. And you read about it in Hebrews, it literally talks about when Moses was on Mount Sinai and the children of Israel were there, Moses received the oracles of the Heavenly Father and gave it unto the nation of Israel, man. All right, so the oracles, Peter said, all people, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles. But he's showing you at the same time that the oracles was given unto the Israelites, man. Yeah. So that any man he's talking about was that particular audience that heeded this letter right here. Yeah. That this letter was meant to. We're talking about us. Yeah. Because it's under the Mosaic law. Right. And who was the Mosaic law? The Israelites. Right. That's right. And not even just the Mosaic law, but even the law of liberty. That's right. That's given unto the Israelites too. Grace and mercy was given unto the Israelites because we couldn't keep the law, man.
It never changed.
That's right.
Hey,
right.
He got a heater.
He got a heater. Let it fly.
I mean, it's just it's just a second explanation of that word legion. It's a B. It says of the content of the Mosaic law.
There we go.
So just going into what the brother beautifully bringing out.
That's right. That's right. The contents of the Mosaic law. Okay, and you read it in what? Galatians, what is that, the 4th chapter? It talks about how Yahushua had to keep that way and walk purpose. Walk that purpose. That's when he was made spotless and without blemish, so we can receive salvation. All this was still done throughout the law. Yahushua had to fulfill the law, not that it's done away with, but he had to fulfill the law so we could receive those oracles that was given to our fathers, man. Right? You know, that's why Yahushua is the prophet that is like unto Moses. Your audience never changed, man. It's still the same audience that received it. The only difference was before it was with Moses, now it was with Yahushua, the prophet that was like unto Moses. Okay? You got more to that one?
I went into the further, deeper origin of the word
Let that pass out.
It's a time coming sooner where you ain't gonna hear them sirens no more.
That's
man.
right.
It's gonna be chaos out here on these streets. That's right. A lot of those guys.
They already are.
Yeah.
In New York.
Yeah, they own it because they can't choke you niggas out no more, man. And a lot of the city councils like, look, bro, or the mayors, they like, look, we're not having our officers go out just for any call no more. So you talk shit, you might be in a tough spot, bro. Right. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's right, bro.
Yeah. That's how we know a lot of these women gonna get beat up.
That's right.
That's right.
Good.
You got a little more on that?
Yeah, Khan. This is Strong's G 3052 Legios. It says the definition: learned, a man of letters, skilled in literature and the arts, especially versed in history and in the antiquity, skilled in speech. Ooh, that's appreciate that. I forgot that word, but
Hey.
eloquent, man. So like with 2005, 5 in 2021. You know, it says that, if we paraphrase it, it'll make the men's mouth eloquent in speech.
Right.
You know, just going deeper into it, you know, 'cause this is what we're talking about.
Right. That's right, brother.
Hey, because really, if you notice, who goes into the history and context of the scriptures like us? Nobody. And that's because the Most High has given us this order. Because understanding history is important. It's very, very important to understanding prophecy.
That's right, bro. That's right, bro.
And that's how we know who the Gentiles are. Which is given us to us what? Those oracles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, and that's when you read Genesis. Okay, what does that go back to? Our ancient records before we were actually named Israel, man.
Hey.
It's a very communist spirit out here in Dallas. Hey, it's not the low lights out here.
That's right, bro.
If you guys notice, it's not the low lights out here. Something big is about to happen.
That's right. That's right.
You know? Now it's time to wake out of your sleep. You know?
Hey, Gio Miller said, should we wear fringes on the common board?
I'm put it like this, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're at work, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta make yourself a target, bro. Ultimately, your fringes is your mind. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you choose to wear fringes, you ain't going off because it is according to the law. You know, it's part of the oracles, but just use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You come out the camp, hey, you wear your fringes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you at work among people, you already know people gonna be asking you what's this, what's that. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't equipped enough to defend the gospel, which it ain't even really prudent to talk about the gospel at work anyway. See, that's just opening up a can of worms. You know, hey, the scriptures say all things are lawful but not expedient. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, if you choose to at your own risk, by all means do it. It is part of the law. You know, but just remember you are under grace. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be perfect when we receive new bodies, man. You know, and you can wear your fringes everywhere you go when you actually have a kingdom, man.
Right.
You know, you paying a 9 to 5 with fringes, man. Hey, man, if you do it, cool, it's beautiful. You ain't going off. You know, but it ain't just the most prudent at your job. You know.
If you really think about it, what fringes for? These fringes what you remind us about what? The laws that you live.
Right, that's right.
You see? It's symbolic.
Right. That's right.
You know?
Hey, let's jump.
Hey, if I can say this real quick, that's why the Most High delivered us for Yahweh Shah delivered us from the law. Because there's no way we could have kept it.
Right.
Right? If you want to say, okay, well, what about the fringes? What about sacrifice? If you want to take it there,
Right.
right?
That's right. Straight up. Bro.
Ultimately, to keep your fringes means what? Understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
That's right. To be a judge, really.
Yeah. Straight up, bro.
I got it. All right, this is Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watches and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Hey, and are you literally walking naked without your fringes right now?
Right.
No, you got clothes on.
Right.
So that's a spiritual analogy talking about your mentality, how you conduct yourself, your anastrophe, your holy conversation, as it talks about in 2 Peter 3rd chapter. Your conduct. That's right. That's right. And we're going to jump back to these, that was it on that one? Let's jump back to those oracles. Because remember, we were reading Romans 9. And as Romans 9 was going into all those different traits that was given unto the Israelites.
Right.
You know?
Paul was quoting the law.
Right.
Prophet Isaiah aligned in Romans the 9th chapter
Yep, it
2.
was.
Going back to the oracle.
That's right, bro. Is it back to Peter? Yeah. Let's just start from that verse again. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak at the oracles of the Most High. What's the oracles of the Most High, brother? Any of you two brothers, what's the oracles of the Most High? Yeah, what is it? It is, but it's the utterance that's been given to us.
It's an embodiment of everything.
Really, right. But you were right. You weren't wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, con.
It is that.
And that's what we do. We gonna ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the audience is gauged in. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. If any man minister, let him do it as select. if any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which the Most High giveth. That's the part that I wanted right there. He said, if any man minister. But is he talking about any actual man? No. Why? What does minister mean?
To teach.
It means to serve. Okay? It means that's, you know, you can still serve somebody by teaching them. But when you go into it, it actually means to serve. It means to be a servant. Okay, so the Apostle Peter was talking about the oracles of the Most High being given unto us. Make sure we're speaking of the oracles. All right, and then it talked about all men being a minister of the Most High. Now let's jump back to Romans, the 9th chapter.
That goes into preaching sound doctrine as well. That's part of the oracles as well.
That's right, brother.
On top of the commandments, of course, you know.
That's right.
Leading into that perfection, which is going to come from the house shot. The finisher of our faith, ultimately, you know.
That's right, brother.
Romans 9 and verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
Now, why is he saying this to the Romans? If you was actual Roman, you'd be like, dang, man, I feel excluded like a mug right now, man. Why he keep talking about Israel, man? What about us? You know? Which goes to show you that this is the audience, this audience right here are Israelites, man.
Seemingly, Paul is contradicting himself, right?
Exactly, right? Go ahead, brother.
4th verse. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, in the glory, in the covenants, in the giving of the law, in the service of the Most High.
The service of the Most High, the ministry. So these are the oracles.
These all make up the part of the oracles.
That's right. That's right. So that's why I wanted that precept in Peter. You know, because he talked about the oracles, which as the precept, these all make up the oracles. And then he talked about if you're a minister, making sure you're doing it the right way, man. But right here, Paul said the ministry of the service was given unto the Israelites, man. You know, so we're the only ones that literally are capable of preaching the word, because the word is literally in our DNA, man.
That's right.
That's why it's written up in Peter that you stir up your pure mind by way of remembrance. So once you knew these things, okay? And how do we know this? Because we were around before. We were our fathers doing the same thing, going off, and now we've been brought back, man. Through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we was brought back, man, in this wretched shit. But the Spirit was brought back according to the promise that was given to our father Abraham, which is what we're still gonna go into. Okay? Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Romans chapter 3, just to prove the point of what the brother says. It's for the Israelites. It's Romans chapter 3 and verse 1 and 2. What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them, the Jews, were committed the oracles of the Most High.
There you
So
go.
according to the Jews.
There you go. And when you read the end of chapter 2, because you remember these chapters weren't split up in chapter format back in the ancient world.
Right.
Okay, it was a letter that was written. So when you read the end of chapter 2, it goes into the circumcision and the uncircumcision, and how the glory was given unto both of them. But what does he say? If you a Jew, you got to be a Jew inwardly. Which still shows you got to be an Israelite. But when the Heavenly Father had given us his word, there was a conduct that we were supposed to live, or we were supposed to walk. There was a rule that we were supposed to walk. And that's being that Jew inwardly. And that's something that we weren't able to do back then. That we had to be circumcised in our heart. And you can read about that in Jeremiah the 6th chapter, where the Lord said that we weren't circumcised in our heart. We were supposed to be. Okay, but because we were mingled among the heathens, as the priest was going into earlier, the Lord had stripped that away from us, man. Okay, and we're those Gentiles that are being brought back, man. Okay?
John, go ahead. John 7 and 35. It says, then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go? And we shall not find him.
You can break it down.
But it says, will he go unto the dispersed amongst the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? If you look at the word dispersed, it goes to the word diaspora.
Right.
It means scattered. Who was scattered? That's exactly what going into the Israelites. Okay, and look up that word Gentile, and it goes back to the
Yeah.
Now look it up, it says, this is the Collins Dictionary, it says, for the word Hellenist, it says that non-Greek, especially a Jew from the Hellenistic Greek, who adopted the Greek language and customs.
Okay. Now, if you look at that word Helen in the blue letter right there, one thing to consider, remember the blue letter goes off a lot. Okay, so when you look that word up in the blue letter, it'll actually talk about a non-Jew. Okay, but when you look at the actual history, all right, of when the word was Hellenized, it was Hellenized from Alexander the Greek. Okay? That's right. But when Alexander, the dope thing about it was he was people. But when he had actually ruled, he was so intrigued by how we worshiped, by how we served our power. He didn't really care about our God, but he was so intrigued on how we did things, he actually gave us the charge to still continue to be Jews and do what we needed to do while the rest of the world was Hellenized. Okay, and when Antiochus came, who came out of the Seleucid line, that's when he forced us to be Hellenized, forced us not to be circumcised, forced us to eat pork, and we were thrown out of that land. Hell, even under Ptolemy, a lot of Israelites were thrown out of the land and taken over to Alexandria, Egypt, man. That's when we go into the history of the Septuagint. With the Septuagint is the Old Testament written in Greek. But when you go into that, he actually had ancient Israelite priests come over to Alexandria and rewrite the whole law so it could be given unto those Israelites that were scattered in Alexandria and those nether parts of Africa, man. You know, so really you have to understand the history in order to understand who these Gentiles are. Because if you would look it up, Gentile, every nation, then you're confused. Because you read certain scriptures that talk about only Israel. Right. And you read certain scriptures talking about things that relate to Israelites, but he's writing to the Corinthians. So it's like, what the heck? That's why the Apostle Peter said what he said, man. If you don't understand spiritual things, you ain't going to understand what the Apostle Paul was talking about. And how his message was exclusive to Israelites, who was the uncircumcision. And how Peter and the rest of the apostles' message was to the Israelites, the circumcision. So go ahead.
James, now you in the spirit, brother. I'm just backing you up. This is what James said. This is James 1:1. It says, James, the servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings.
Man, so that clearly shows you the whole book of James is to the 12 tribes.
That's right.
Scattered abroad.
Yeah, and then Peter said this message that he had was the same message all the other apostles had, man. So by default, it's to only the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Greetings, you know? And that's the thing about it, man. What we're doing right now is nothing but an extension of what our fathers did, man. They wasn't no big old whorehouse, as they call it, church, where you could eat pork and all this, man. They was doing the same things that we did on the highway and the marketplaces. That's right. Singing this song, man. Teaching the Israelites. Okay? I know we got that in Rome. Let's pull up Jeremiah 25 and start from the top. Jeremiah 25, and Yadakah, you should pull up 2 Chronicles 36, starting at 14. Yeah. I learned that from you.
Jeremiah 25, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah.
Now Jeremiah was he had prophesied the destruction of Jerusalem. Okay, he had prophesied. We still somewhat had what's the word I'm looking for? Sovereignty to a degree, but it was somewhat right. Yep. But where it was getting ready to be a transition of power. Okay, because when Zedekiah the king was ruling, he was really a puppet king that really ruled under Nebuchadnezzar. Right. Okay, just like Herod was a puppet king that ruled under Caesar. Okay, so this is really the part where that transition was really taking place and happening. And Jeremiah was preaching, he was letting you know there was going to be a transition. You Israelites was getting ready to go in captivity, and Jerusalem was going to be burned by fire. Okay, and the Israelites didn't want to hear it, man. But the Lord had sent Jeremiah out, just like he did the same thing with us. Okay, go ahead.
Middle of the first verse. In the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah.
And if you see any heat on the comment board, brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of skim
Okay, cool.
because we on the other page.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
That was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, the which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Judah.
Okay, he preached to the Israelites, man. Now, why did Jeremiah preach up to all the people of Judah? Really, back then, you got to remember, Judah mentioned the Levi was all qualified. Okay, but why is it only saying Judah? Because to remember, the northern kingdom was already gone around this time, man. Yep. So now we're in the captivity where the children of Judah and Ephraim are held captive together, like you read it in Jeremiah 50. So as Jeremiah was given that charge to preach unto Judah, we've been given that charge to preach unto the rest of the tribes who were Jews and Gentiles, man. Okay? Go ahead,
2nd verse. That which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Judah and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Josiah, the king of Ammon, king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, the word of Yahweh have came up to me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened.
Rising early, man. So what? That's the and you got to wake up early just to preach. Okay, but you read it in Psalms, the 19th chapter, where it talks about that unicorn. Riding that unicorn, you was going to hear the word of the Lord in morning and at night. Okay, so Jeremiah was a prophet that came out to prophesy just like us, man.
Before the destruction comes.
Yeah.
That's right, brother. That's right. Because destruction's getting ready to come. Hey, the priest said it earlier, man. There's a very ominous vibe that you feel, and this ain't no accident, man.
Weather's all jacked up.
Yeah.
Dust, Saharan dust all over. I've been depressed all week. I have to really fight it.
Yeah.
You know, something like that really helps my spirit.
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
for my walks and runs in the evening, and it just been just gloomy every day. You know,
Yeah, no, real talk. And then you gotta walk around with a mask, man.
Yeah.
When in the history of America, yeah, you come, you know. But when in the history of America could you walk around with everybody with a mask on, pretty much? This shows that we at the end of this bitch. Excuse my French.
hey, it is what it is at this point.
You know?
People get offended over worse, or at least not to say that.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, but go ahead, continue that in Jeremiah, and then we can get that in 2 Chronicles.
Verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh has sent unto you all his servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened.
Hey, and when his prophets came out, people ain't want to hear what they had to say. They looked at them like they were crazy. Man, look at these guys. What they talking about? We don't want to hear that message of doom. You know, you remember you read it in Jeremiah. There was a prophet named Hananiah that also prophesied. I don't want to say alongside Jeremiah, but he was a supposed prophet as well.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
Jeremiah was given a message of doom
Yeah.
and destruction unto the inhabitants of Jerusalem, Hananiah was telling them it was going to be peace, tranquility, and you was going to be okay. And that's the smooth things that our people like to hear, especially in those churches. Hey, when you go into the account when Samuel was a judge, all right before David ruled, man, it said the word of the Lord was precious among the Israelites in that day, man. The word of the Lord was precious. And when Saul came in to find the future king when Samuel came in to find the future king that was going to reign after Saul, which was David, when Samuel came to the city, man, when you read it, it said Jake was shook, bro. Jake was like, oh, snap, you know, when you giving us a message of good or evil. And Samuel said, it's good, chill, it's going to be okay. And that's when they anointed David king. Okay, but now we're here on the scene where the Heavenly Father's word is not respected among our people. That's right. And we giving you a message of doom and gloom. Okay, so yeah, expect people to come up against us, lie on us, do the things that we're doing, lie about the things that we're doing, because we in those times right now, man. And our people hate the word, man. Just like they hated it when Jeremiah was preaching. Yeah, come on, brother, you got it.
Speaking of Jeremiah 28:8. Yeah, Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So the prophets always gave a warning of the Most High judgment before it came, man. And it's no different today. Whether people like it, believe it or not, Lord willing, with those prophets coming back in our stead, in our life. All right? Go ahead,
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore, please break it down. Oh, come. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Like, damn, like we're painting these bad guys because we tell our people we want them to get right with the Lord. Right. First and foremost, we're telling you, you're beautiful people, man. You're better than anybody here on this earth, man.
That's right.
These people on this side, bro, me personally, brothers, you know, we all love music. You know, I like to go back and listen. I'm like, bro, you cannot tell me we not the salt of the earth, bro. Just watching old highlights of Jake's fame and claim, like, bro, you can't tell, bro. With Jake, prime time, bro.
And Jesse Owens, bro.
Yeah, watching, bro. And that's funny you said that. I was watching a story with Adidas, with the, cause it's like two brothers and another brother, like the owners of Adidas and Puma, you know, this is a small side note, those are brothers, and they had a fallout. So they're like, all right, bet, I'm gonna build this and you build that. So, but in between that, Jesse Owens, that was a beautiful point. We the salt of the earth, man. We sit here and tell you that look, man, you come from a lineage, man, a royal priesthood. Well, a beautiful diet was set up for our people. Yep. The way we interact with our women, the way we interact with our the earth, our fellow kinsmen, the way you discipline your child, the way you and your old lady interact, the way laws are to be followed. We're pardon my French, we assholes now. Let's say, brother, say, sister, that. All right. So now this guy, so now this guy is dripping on you heavy, man. Yeah. And this guy is through the spirit, man.
this guy, this whole image right here, man, is getting destroyed, man.
Right.
Because Jake don't know where the hell to look. Well, you don't know, man. You're gonna know in that day, like, damn, these brothers are telling the truth, man. Right. You know,
I got a scripture, man. This is Deuteronomy 4:5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it." It says, "Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." Which we are to fall from grace. The elect is bringing us back to that return to prominence, man. The first fruit, you know?
Yeah. The Nephilim.
Right.
The fallen ones, man.
Right.
We got away from Yahweh Shemiah Shah. Now you looking crazy as hell, man. Now you marching up all down the streets, even though that's orchestrated. But now you walking around, I can't read shirts. You're hanging on to every word that Esau is saying. But here it is, we're telling you, hey, some Jake is getting. I'll say that much, bro. Bro, you got, I'll say this, you got celebrities who in their heyday or even now, they're recognizable figures.
They know,
like,
man. Everybody knows. That's not a big secret. That's why
Ain't no
Yahweh Shah said there's not going to be any cloak for our people.
That's right.
That's right. Psalms 19, that prophecy came to pass. The word through the internet is going throughout the four corners of the earth, man.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. They might not have the full 100% doctrine and everything, but everybody knows who the Israelites are. They have a general understanding of what the Israelites, all the different groups is teaching.
Like Carmelo.
You know?
Talk to him. Hey, he ain't know half of the stuff.
Hey,
but it's cool. He Israelite.
Hey,
you know?
Cassidy said the name.
Yep.
When I believe him and Priest Daniela was having a conversation. He said Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. He
Cassidy.
said, Cassidy said, he said when you go back in the ancient times when these historians and so have you, he said they wasn't calling these people God and Jesus Christ. They was calling the Most High Yahweh. They was calling the Son Yahweh Shah. Cassidy said this.
What's up, man?
You know?
What's up, Jay? Now get your ass out and preach and pay some tithes.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, do something. You know what I'm saying? Because now you know. You know? Now necessity's laid upon you to do those services, my brother. That's right. You know? You got that in Chronicles?
This is 2 Chronicles 36:14. It says, "Moreover, all the chiefs of the priests and the people transgress very much after all the abominations of the heathen."
Hey, and that's what our people are doing today, man. And who are those? A lot of those priests lying to them today. You look in them whorehouses of churches, man. Okay, because those are figures that Jake looks at for comfort, that they rely on, man. You know, but they're leading them unto destruction. Okay, because it talked about having them serve idols. And what are the idols right now that they serve in namely wood and stone? You know, like you read about in Deuteronomy 28:64.
Mammon.
Okay, mammon.
Niggas worship money, man, like Floyd Mayweather.
That's right. That's right. And then in the woman, you know,
Oh, man.
and
That's right. That's number 2.
Yeah.
Well, woman might be, those are interchangeable right there.
That's right. Hey, she's an idol. She's an idol in that church. The first lady.
Yeah.
She's an idol up in that church, man.
And this is Jake in that woke stage.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Real talk, brother.
Because everybody that say they woke, if I can say this too, is not woke, man. Everybody doesn't have the eye salve that the scriptures talk about in Revelation.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
I'm going to continue on though.
Yeah.
This is, I'll read it again. 2 Chronicles 36:14, it says, "Moreover, all the chiefs of the priests and the people transgress very much after all the abominations of the heathen, and polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem."
Hey, and that's why the Lord had to get away from these niggas, man. Okay, that's why he put his spirit away from the temple. Hey, when you read it in the book of Ezekiel, the 1st chapter, you remember that vision Ezekiel had. Okay, but the thing to pay attention to about that vision, Ezekiel was sitting off of the river Kabar in Babylon, man. All right? When you go into that, that represents a place of drawing water, captivity and slavery, man. Okay, Ezekiel was representing an Israelite in captivity that was really supposed to be in the priest's office. But he couldn't because he was in captivity, man. So when Ezekiel had that vision, he literally seen the glory of the Lord in that vision, man. That vision, Ezekiel saw the chariot and the clouds and the image that sat upon the chariot on the throne. That was the glory of the Lord that sat over the temple. Right. Okay, but you read about that time when we were scattered and cast into the land of Babylon. The Lord said, "Hey, I'm done with these niggas over here in the temple." So the Spirit of the Lord had left the actual house and dwelt among his prophets in Babylon, man. That's what that spiritually represented when Ezekiel saw that vision of the chariot coming toward Babylon, man. And that same glory is received, we receive it in the spirit, of course, but it's given unto us, man. That's why you read it in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, where it talks about that cloud of witnesses that's around us, man. Because that's the glory of the Lord that it hovered over the actual temple. But as Stephen said in Acts 7, hey, the house of the Lord is not made with hands, man. All right, so we represent that temple. And that glory of the Lord has now been sent forth unto us. And that's where the oracles come from. We've been given the oracles which come from on high. Okay?
You got that? This is verse 15, 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. And the Lord power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people.
Hey, that's just like we read in Jeremiah. I'm sorry, brother.
And on his dwelling place.
That's it.
That shows us the people,
that's the
man.
dwelling place.
You know?
Hey, man. No, I'm glad you brought that out because that goes in the Weeded Temple. Hey, Weeded dwelling place, man. But that's nothing different than what was read earlier in Jeremiah 25, man. How he woke up at times early and prophesied unto Israel. Hey, that was the same thing. There was nothing new. Okay, and what did Jeremiah say? The prophets before me? Who are the prophets before him? All right, you had Isaiah that prophesied before him. Okay, Abraham was a prophet. But even before that, okay, even before that, you had the prophets, man. You know, so the word of the Heavenly Father has always went out, man. There's no excuse.
Yeah, you had seers.
Yep. Yeah, that's right, bro. Around that time, they were all seers. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. That's what's up. You know? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Romans 10, and I start at 17. He says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went out into all the earth, and their words into all the into the ends of the world. So like the brother said earlier, man, we got all this different, man. Our people like to have those excuses, because the word is going out. You know?
That's right, brother. And we can jump back to that in Chronicles. And there you can pull your precept out of Isaiah.
Crazy, man. Get near the prophets, man.
Yeah, real talk. If you get near the prophets, you're drawn nearer to the Lord, man.
Right.
Because we as prophets, if you can receive it, we don't say that boasting in ourselves, and we boasted in the Heavenly Father. And this is the lot that He had given us right here, man. So really, we just declaring that we the servants, or we the friends of the Heavenly Father. Yeah, I said, hey, man, now y'all know what I'm going through, so y'all my friends. You know.
2 Chronicles 36 and 16, it says, but they mocked the messengers of the Most High, and despised his words, and misused his prophets.
Hey, man, and that had to happen, bro. That's why the Lord is going to be completely justified when He wipes away with 2/3 of these niggas, man. But it was wicked people, man. And there's in the spirit of defending the 2/3 that's been going on in Israel, man.
Man.
Excuse my French, but fuck the 2/3, man.
That's right.
Like that chick that was talking about those kids.
Oh,
the
boy.
CTS.
Oh, yeah.
Like that example, man.
Yeah,
our
kind.
people are despicable right now. We were supposed to be beautiful, but 2/3 of our people, they're very ugly.
Yeah,
they have a
right,
real
right.
dark demonic spirit on them, man.
That's
right.
They gotta be moved out the way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, bro.
It says, but they mocked the messengers of Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people.
And what does mock mean, man? What does it mean? It means scoff. It means to scoff, man. And just because it was happening back then, does it mean it don't happen today? It's happening today. How do we know that? Go ahead, brother. In 2 Peter chapter 3. Okay? Because what did he say would come in the last days? This is the same spirit that's been around with Israel since the beginning, bro.
It shows what the prophets were, whether we
That's right. That's right.
You know, who fits that bill?
Yeah.
Get scoffed and mocked against.
That's right.
Preaching his word.
Hey, even when Noah was prophesying, man, they were scoffing against them. That's why you read it in Hebrews 11 chapter. It says, what? He condemned the world, bro. Why did he condemn them? Because they were scoffing at the words of the Heavenly Father. That's why. Okay, come on, brother.
This is John 17, verse 9. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Okay, and that's Yahushua speaking, man. Hey, the Lord, that's a prime example. If Yahushua Mashiach is a prime example on how to maneuver in a society, we should follow the example.
Right.
We're not here to pray for the world, man. Bro, do I hate seeing my people eat out of trash cans? Yes. Do I hate seeing my people drunk as hell on the train with throw up on their shirt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the hell with them, man. Because if they sober, they come up here mocking like a big dog, man.
Right.
Talking all types of shit, kissing Esau's ass, You know, me mugging us and asking him, hey, you know, you think you can, you know, and then come back mugging us because he got a hamburger and fries. Hey, man, in that day, man, a lot of you, 2/3 of our people, man, and you're seeing now, man.
Yep.
About to be destitute as hell, man. Without a job, unemployment rate, you still getting your ass kicked after they didn't pass the no ban truck law. Now you just getting slapped, kicked, pulled out your whip still, and here it is. They didn't pass all these laws for Jake.
Right.
The no Breonna Taylor law and the George Floyd law. Your ass still getting smoked.
Yeah. And you don't even realize that's because you've been a nigga all your life, man. You don't even realize it's the Most High that's doing this to you. Just because we say nigga, don't mean that it's only you only use so-called Negroes, man. Hey, this goes to all the tribes.
That's right.
All right, you've been niggas all your life, and now you're receiving nigga results. You know.
Nigga, got that in 2 Peter.
2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust.
And when you go into that word scoffers, it goes right back to what we read in 2 Chronicles 36. All right, it says what they mock the messengers of the Most High, man. So it's even written in the last days. This was still gonna apply. So when you got niggas on the comment board,
They go even harder now because they have those types of platforms. All the scoffers have a platform now too.
That's right. And it's beautiful how the Lord did that because, hey, man, the children of those that crucified Yahweh had to play their part, man. When they said, crucify him, let his blood be upon us and our children, hey, that comment board is a way that they can clearly declare that they have the blood of Yahweh on them, man. And they make it shown through the comment board, man. Through the little platform they've been given. And not only the comment boards, YouTube, social media, you know, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. They show that that's giving them greenway to be niggas. You know what I'm saying? Leadway, not greenway, the green light. Leadway to be niggas.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. You did this. Oh, slack.
This is Proverbs 13:13. It says, "Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed."
Hey, and that's a promise, bro. That ain't gonna go null and void, bro. Just because time passed, now you can walk around and be comfortable, do what you need to do. That don't make this null and void, man.
That's right.
It says, "Whoso refuseth these words shall be destroyed," man. And most of our people don't receive these words. If they did receive them, there'd be a whole flock of Israelites out here. Not that we care, not saying it like we care, but speaking the actual factuals. If they really cared, they would be out here and hear the word, man. You know? So count it all faith and joy that brothers are out here, man. The Lord only deal with you. What does it say in Luke 12? Fear not, little flock, it is my Father's good will to give you the kingdom of heaven, man. So we a little flock out here, man.
The harvest is plenteous, but the labors are few.
That's right. That's right.
Just a little bit more on this. I'll read it again. Proverbs 13:13, it says, "Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded."
And it's only few that fear, man, but that doesn't change the fact that they fear. All right, and what is surrounded by them that fear the Lord? The angels of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. And what are those angels going to aid to do when that day comes? Deliver us up into those chariots, man. Keep us in the way. Because that's also written in Psalm 34, to keep thee in the way. You know?
Of the Lord, that's the beginning of wisdom, man.
That's right.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah, God.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times that we're coming into, pursuant to Isaiah 33:6.
That's right. That's right. It's very vital, especially in these latter days, to make sure that we fear the Lord, man. And not only to say it, but we were talking about it earlier, making sure that we're doers of this thing. You know, our actions are supposed to display that we fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't think God, brother. Now, does that mean we're going to walk perfect? No, man. Because that's what Yahweh came for.
That's right.
That's what grace is for, man. But hey, man, you know, we don't use this grace to continue to build up our task. All right? We use this grace to loose this bondage of whatever task that we have. That way we'll be found justified in that day. All right? And our faith and our works is what's going to justify us in that day. All right? And it takes faith to pay off that tab, man. Coming out here doing this is part of paying off that tab. That is a sacrifice. You know?
This is Hebrews 10:31. It says, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power." So going into that fear of the Lord, man. You know the judgment's about to come. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Heavenly Father. You want to consider your ways plain, man.
That's right.
You know, you take heed accordingly. It says, "But call to remembrance the former days in which after you were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction."
Well, when that time of things coming to the light, and you have to intentionally pursue the light. Why y'all young brothers come out here, you know,
brothers waking up all across the four corners of the earth. Somebody on the comment board is talking about, I'm young and this, what should I do? And that's why I post on the comment board, just watch and learn, watch and listen. First, you have to get acclimated into something. When you first start doing anything, what do? You watch and learn first. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's freestyle, whether it's making beat, whatever you're going to do, first you watch and learn. You want to learn how to box, you want to learn how to hoop, you want to learn how to do whatever. You observe first, and then what you start to do, you start to associate. Get around people that are good freestylers. Get around people that can hoop. And what happens? You naturally, you're gonna start hooping and getting a little bit better. Right? So what are some of the first things to do to prepare for the time to come? Read 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day. And listen. And then tune in and communicate. Tune in and communicate. So people start learning, start getting acclimated. Then what do? If you want to start making money in this thing, start putting in spiritual investments. What is that? That's the preaching. That's the confession. That's right. So you start to get acclimated in that. And the Most High says, hey, I'm going to reward you for that. Because we want to be found when the Lord comes back, on the good side of things, not the bad side of things. Scripture says that everybody's going to be paid accordingly to what they have done. Right? So this is a serious matter. If you consider it the key to your salvation. If this is the key to your salvation, how seriously do you take it? How much personal responsibility do you take to be within this or part of this? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Man, that's funny, I was thinking that scripture.
Me too, I was just looking for that when you walked up.
I had it up with the spirit on that, right? That quick. It says, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Right, essentially, in those two ideas is everything that you need to do. Now, is it more layered than that? Absolutely. But the essential components is fear the Most High, and keep His commandments. That's how you keep order in the house. Y'all got kids? You got stepdad? Now, you got kids in there. What do you expect your kids to do? Fear you and listen to your commandments. And then stuff stays in order. How much more so does the Heavenly Father want for this house, planet Earth, for us to keep things situated? Come in the house and everything's all over. What's going to happen? It's going to be some furniture being moved around. That's right. Right? Verse 14, it says, for the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Every work is going to be judged, whether it's good or bad, man. It's going to be tested. It's going to be seen if it's real or if it's counterfeit. Like you hand in that $100 bill wherever you at, looking at it, like, okay, there's a pen on there, everything's going to be judged.
It's like when I was, many years ago when I was in retail, man. Jay tried to hit me with the okie doke, man, and that's Abe Lincoln shining in that $100 bill. I said, come on, big dog. It's for real? Yeah, bro. Come on. This ain't my man, bitch. Get out of here.
This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest.
So you're laboring to enter into the rest. What is the rest talking about? The rest is talking about the promise. Right? That's talking about what was promised when they went into it. Right? The comfort of the kingdom and the glory of the Heavenly Father. So we're laboring to enter into that rest. Right? Just like any business enterprise, you labor in a business to what? So you can bring on employees, so you can chill. You don't start a business, I'm going to work this business till the day I die. You say, I'm going to start this business, then I'm going to give you some more employees, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to be chilling. Well, we're out here preaching this word. We're laboring for the rest of the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be on the planet Earth. This is purposeful. You understand? Go ahead.
I'll continue reading in verse 11. Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Right, the word of the Heavenly Father is sharper than any two-edged sword. Go ahead.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
So we know if you real and we know if you fake according to the scripture. We're gonna go into the Bible and test the spirit. The scriptures is gonna test you out. To see are you really down for this? Or are you counterfeit? All right, go ahead.
And of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of thoughts and intents of the heart.
Right. It's gonna see if you down for this or not. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do.
Right. So the doctrine of the Heavenly Father is going to prove who's who, what, word, where you fit in. You know, you don't want to be found being a whole ass. Right. So the scriptures is basically describing what whole ass niggas look like and what real dudes look like. You get in where you fit in. It ain't on nobody else. There's a level of personal responsibility that you take on if you really want to get into it. There's a different level. You can read this to be a smart Negro in the barbershop, or you can read this to a pain at rest. Right?
I'll continue in verse 14. Hebrews 4, verse 14. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens. Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, let us hold fast our profession.
Boom, so we hold fast to this profession now. This is a key part. It's funny, I was talking with a guy I know, he's a Christian, but he always calls me and I talk about the scriptures, and the last time we talked about the order of Melchizedek. And it led into 5 and 6 on into those things. And he said, man, nobody else is talking. He said, hold up. Why don't nobody talk about this? He said, you know what I'm starting to think? Because he's Puerto Rican guy. He said, you know what I'm starting to think? I said, what do you think? He said, this is us. And so my white man popped up, he landed on the couch. I said, I think you're right. I think that is talking about trying to spirit by the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So this new profession has been driven up through the sacrifice of Yahushua, man. A higher order than even the Levitical priesthood. Go to Hebrews 8. Start at the top.
James 2 and verse 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren? Though a man say he have faith and have not works, can faith save him?
It's mainly Jake out.
It's Jacob. It's number Jake. It's a Jacob.
It's mainly Jake out. And that's how we know it's very likely going to be very bloody independence.
That's right.
Man.
Okay? Very likely that this independence weekend is going to be bloody.
Yeah.
Okay? And Jake has been roused up there.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, Esau preparing that.
That's right.
Esau is getting locked and loaded. Okay? You see? And I'm going to go fishing. Watch the phone just look what happened in Philadelphia. Look at what happened in Chicago. Look at what happened in Houston. Chicken out. Esau is going to be here. Esau's getting ready to really show you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who your enemy is. You forgot. Y'all still in that we shall overcome spirit.
Right.
All right.
Karen was ready to shoot the other day.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes.
Hello, Jay.
Hold up. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, they were
He
instigating that
was in the
shit.
wrong. Hey, but that shows you what? That when you lose power, you lose the girls.
Yeah.
That shows you that dog is, you know, it releases. Hey, it done got the leash, now it's biting the hole.
Yeah.
So a lot of you beasts in the same woman shall get out as a dog. We ain't got to specify where the future y'all beasts. Hey, you gonna be put down, man, because you got spiritual ratings.
Right. Y'all ran up on the wrong Karen, man. Pulled out that piece on your ass.
Man.
It's a child play. Why you gotta pull a gun on me?
Looking ass.
Back up.
Eve out there like Bear from Harlem Nights. A night ago.
Shut up, my pickets.
This is back.
You had to have that aim when that shit pointed at your forehead.
Point
Go
blank.
ahead, champ.
This is Hebrews chapter 8, starting at verse 1. Now the things which we have spoken, this is the sum. We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens.
That's who the world calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh. He sits on the right hand on the throne of majesty. Go ahead.
A minister of the sanctuary and of true tabernacle. And of the true tabernacle.
What is the tabernacle, John?
Tabernacle, nation of Israel.
That's us. That's right. The body of Israel. Right? The minister amongst that body, right? Go ahead.
Which the Lord pitched and not man.
Right. The Lord pitched this tabernacle. The same tabernacle that Moses saw in the vision when he went up on the mountain. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3. For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices. Wherefore it is of necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer. Verse 4. For if he were on earth, he should not be a priest, seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law,
Right. They offer gifts according to the law.
who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things.
Right. They showed that tabernacle that Moses erected, that the Levites came and conducted the gifts and the ordinances of the Heavenly Father. That was the shadow of things to come. Okay. Go ahead.
As Moses was admonished of the Most High when he was about when he was about to make the tabernacle, for see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount.
Now, when Moses came down from that tabernacle, was he vague or was he specific? When you go back and you read that, you go to Exodus, and it'll talk about that vision that Moses saw. You go and read that in like the 30th, 31, 32, 33, 34, in Exodus, it's specific. He like, look, I want this to be like this, Most High showed me. Like, I want it to be just like this. Best to get it right. I'm busting the heads of the white. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
So there's a better covenant that's being established through the world called Jesus Christ. Welcome to a higher order. Welcome to the true new world order. The order of Melchizedek. There's a door been for you, if you believe, for you to come into this higher order. And glory and power is going to be bestowed upon us. Okay? And we want to be a part of that. We're taking personal responsibility to get some of that. What are you going to do? Okay? Go ahead.
Which was established upon better promises. Meaning, this where we at now is trash. Can't have no kingdom here, man.
Yeah. And it's better promises too, because it's going to be written inside of us.
Right.
And it's not going to be, it cannot be just a no. All right? It's going to be lasting forever. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
Right.
So our people kept going off. We kept having to perpetually do sacrifices and bringing oblations and gifts to the Heavenly Father because we kept breaking the covenant. We kept breaking the agreement to the point to where the Most High divorced the nation of Israel. You go and read this, pull Jeremiah 3 real quick. Jeremiah 3, starting 6, read down to 8.
Jeremiah 3 and verse 6. And Yahweh said also unto me in the days of Josiah, the king, hast thou seen that which the backsliding Israel hath done? She is gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlot.
Yep, our nation just went and started following other nations, following other gods. Go ahead.
7th verse. And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it.
So the Lord said, hey man, come, what are you doing? Turn back unto me. But she wouldn't do it. Then look at the kingdom of Judah. What happened with it?
Verse 8. And I saw, when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery.
Yeah.
I have put her away and given her a bill of divorce.
So Israel got a bill of divorce. What happens when you get a bill of divorce? You lose that name. You lose the rights to that household.
That's right.
You become as the heathen. And that's what happened to the nation of Israel. They were seen, they were cast and scattered. They were seen as Gentiles, regular people. Right? So to reestablish that covenant, the Lord came on the scene. And a higher order was established. A better covenant. Why did the Most High make a better covenant? Because he put his name and he put his word on it. Okay? That's right. It was broken. So for the sake of the Most High's name and his word, go to Hebrews 6. Go to Hebrews 6 and 19.
6 and 19, come.
This is Hebrews chapter 6,
Verse
verse
18.
Verse 18. That by two immutable things in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, his name, his word, go ahead,
Right.
we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us. Verse 19. Which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil. So the Lord, for us, entered into that veil. That's why the Levitical veil was rent when the Lord died on the cross.
Right.
When that sacrifice was committed. Right?
That's right.
So now that's an anchor for us to be able to enter into the Holy of Holies.
That's right.
All right? To have that relationship with the Heavenly Father. Because before then, the only way you could continue that relationship with Yahweh was through what? Sacrifices and basically the high priest of the Levites, the Levitical high priest, had the connection. But now through Yahweh Shai, we have that chance of that connection again. Read that last verse. Go ahead.
Come.
20 or 19? You'll read 19 and 20. This is back in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 19. Which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil. Verse 20. Whither the forerunner is for us entered, even Yahushua. See, the forerunner, Yahushua went as a forerunner and entered into that veil. Go ahead. Made an high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. After the order of Melchizedek. He was made a high priest forever. Okay? So basically that order has been reinvigorated for us. Now we go back to Hebrews 8. You had something?
I'm going to get correct. Sirach 24. I'm going to start at 9.
Read it loud.
Sirach 24 and verse 9. He created me from the beginning, before the world, and I shall never fail. In the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion. Now we'll go into what the elders point is, the Malak Tafsah. Okay? That goes to show that Yahweh Shai is Malak Tazadak, man. It said he was there before the tabernacle of the Most High in the beginning, man.
The foundation of it.
It's good stuff right there. Absolutely. Go back to it, man.
This is Hebrews chapter 8, verse 4. For if he were on earth, verse 4. For if he were on earth, he should not be a priest, seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law, who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of the Most High when he was about to make the tabernacle.
Go ahead.
For, see, saith he that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. Verse 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises.
Now, this covenant was talked about, prophesied multiple times in the scripture. When you go to Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, it talks about those blessings and curses that were going to come down. When you go to Jeremiah 31, it talks about a new covenant being established with the nation of Israel. And that issuance of that covenant was done with who the world calls Jesus Christ, Yahushua. That order was established under the priesthood of Melchizedek.
Right.
Malak Tazadak in the Hebrew, king of righteousness.
Yep.
He's a king and a priest. The Most High always intentioned for the nation of Israel to be a nation of kings and priests. Right? Real quick in 1 Peter 2. Yes, 6.
This is 1 Peter 2. Can I start at 5?
Yes, sir.
This is 1 Peter 2 and 5. It says, "Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, and holy priesthood,
Right. A holy priesthood, that spiritual house. Go ahead.
to offer up spiritual sacrifice acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua HaMashiach." It says, "Wherefore it is contained."
And now we're out here offering up those sacrifices, man. Right now. Go ahead.
It says, "Wherefore it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion the chief cornerstone, elect precious, and he that believeth on him shall not see confounded."
Right. That's your house. Go ahead.
It says, "Unto you therefore which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner." And it says, "And a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed."
Yeah, everybody's appointed to basically receive the judgment. A judgment of obedience and a judgment of disobedience. The question is not what they do, and the question is what do you do? Okay? Where do you stand with Yahweh Shem? All right? Are you taking personal responsibility? What side do you want to be on and believe? All right? You have faith, and the brother read in Peter, faith without works is dead. Okay? So faith without works is dead. What is going to drive that work? All right? What is going to drive your work ethic in this truth? Your faith. What is your faith? Your faith is your level of expectation. The level of expectation that you have. When you expect something to come, what do? You get prepared. If you expect a $10,000 check to hit your account, you walk different. You move different. You strut different. When you expect Big Booty Judy to be at your friend at 10 o'clock, what do? You just sit up, back in the phone. No, you wash it, you know what I mean? You're making sure it's crisp. You're making sure it's crisp. Your faith that she's going to be there at 10 o'clock is driving your work. You're going to clean up. You're going to have it smelling right. You know, you're going to make sure the PlayStation is turned the right direction. You know? You're going to have it right.
Right.
So your expectation or your faith of the return of Yahushua is going to drive your work ethic. Your work ethic is comprised of multiple things. It's not just eating lamb. I'm eating lamb. I'm righteous. No. There's different components of that work. We're building this ministry. We're building this house. All right? We're out here confessing the word. All right? There's different components of this business, of this profession. Okay?
This is 1 Peter 2 and 9. 9, it says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood,
Right.
and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness.
Now, I want to make this point because we're royal priesthood, a king priest. Now, carry yourself as a king priest, right? Now, if you come to a priest, if you come to the king and you ask them a question and they don't know a damn thing, will you respect that king or that priest? No. So there's requirements to be a royal priest. There's a way to be. So there's habits that need to be established to be on that level. I'm an Israelite. Bow to me. Kiss my feet. But you don't know a damn thing. No, man. You gotta earn that, man. That's why. You gotta get up in it. And no, you gotta pay the dues, man. You pay the cost to be the boss, as they say. Okay? So we're a royal priesthood. You need to get into your royal-like mindset first. Start learning what our forefathers did. Right? Like the brother said, you reading, you're getting into it. You're getting around people who are serious, man. It's not playing all the time. You're around people that playing all the time, that's how you're gonna act. You're around bikers, you're gonna act like a biker. You're around ventriloquists, you're gonna act like a ventriloquist. You're gonna do that. You're around crackheads, you fuck around, smoke some crack. Alright? So you wanna be a part of the royal priesthood? Get around the royal priest, man.
Man like you.
Alright, you know?
Alright, go ahead. This is 1 Peter 2:9. It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right, man. Called us into his marvelous light. We read in Hebrews 10th chapter that talked about that illumination. All right? We're called into this to be illuminated and you move. Right?
That's right.
I'm 8. You got a precept on it?
No, not preach on that.
Okay. Well, I want to clear the precepts out real quick. Go ahead and bring them on out.
Con, this is 1 Kings 8:53. For thou didst separate them from among all the people of the earth to be thine inheritance, as thou spakest by the hand of Moses, thy
We always
servant.
talk about getting into that section in the club. Man, all right? You separate. Say, all right? Hey, I know ain't none of y'all ever did that, right? It's just me. I'm the only one, all right? I understand. Yeah. Act like y'all ain't never did it. All right, so you go into the section, they open the section up, man. You get sit on the seat, you separated from everybody else. You feel special. The girls come. Feel special, man. Right? The Most High separated us from the other nations, man, and gave us this way, gave us this doctrine, made the nation of Israel separate and special, man. But there's requirements to get into that section. Ain't nobody, you know, there's a way to be. Go ahead.
Con. For thou didst separate them from among all the people of the earth to be thine inheritance, as thou spakest by the hand of Moses thy servant, when thou boughtest our fathers out of Egypt, O Yahweh power.
And that was just a shadow of things to come. That was just to give you a good glimpse of it. You know what I mean? So if I looked at that shadow and tried to completely describe you, you'd be like, I mean, kind of. Not really, bro. So when Yahushua came on the scene, he gave us the full image of the relationship that the Most High wanted us to have. He came and actually showed me, this is what I want you to do. Be like that. Like we said, you can have you go to IKEA, you buy you a new sofa. So open the box and all the parts fall everywhere. And then you get the little diagrams and it's got the black and white picture of how that sofa is supposed to look. And it has instructions on it. And you sit there for 83 days trying to put that damn bed together. When Yahushua came down and said, listen, let me just show you how to do it. He came and showed the
one, right?
But you knew that was a step into coming into this marvelous power.
Yep.
This marvelous glory that I'm in tune with. I'm going to show you how to get in tune with it.
Yep.
Stop being scared. Stop doubting. Stop doing this. Just believe. Trust the Lord. That's why he was fired like that.
That's right. That's right, man. Because that faith is just like you can't put your hands on it, man. When you got faith in something, man, you can go through anything.
That's right.
When you see it in your mind, you like, go get that. You go through it. You'll get it done. That's how we gotta be for this kingdom. Okay? Was that it on that up? Okay. You had something? Okay, let's go back to this.
This is back in Hebrews chapter 8, verse 7. For if the first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
What is he quoting right now?
Exodus of Egypt.
He's talking about the exit of Egypt.
Jeremiah 31.
There you go, Tim. He quotes Jeremiah 31.
Yep.
Jeremiah 31 talks about this new covenant, this new priesthood. All right, go ahead. I know we ain't making that one day.
Because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith
Yeah, you would. Jake, come up here. Jake don't look like they regular. Right. Jake look like they good. You don't trust them. Right. You don't feel like confident when they walk by. You be on guard.
Hard forehead. You see them hard forehead.
You can literally sense the beat. Okay?
Mark Cuban kept it funky. He's like, look, I don't know. I don't feel safe. But I see you in a hoodie, my nigga. I don't. They kept it funky. I respect that. I respect that, Mark.
Like, fuck. I might just pull that pistol out of me.
This is back in Hebrews chapter 8, verse 10.
Man, we need to be made new, man. That's right. We need to be made new, man. That's right. Our people are busted up, man. That's right. Just being all into all types of things. Man. This is the only way out. That's right. All right.
Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days.
Right. So he's quoting Jeremiah 31. Okay. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
Yes, man. So that relationship is going to be reestablished. We're going to follow the Most High with our heart and our soul. We're going to be in complete obedience, man. We're going to be upgraded into new spiritual bodies, new spiritual forms, and the way that we operate is going to be totally perfect and on point. We're going to be completely in tune with the Spirit, man. And it's going to change everything.
That's right.
Everything is going to be refreshed. Right. Everything is going to be renewed, man. Everything order. Woo! Like it says, matter of fact, we can get that. I think it's Galatians 21. Wipe your tears. 21 in the top. At the top. Yep. Pull that real quick. Don't y'all want that? Don't you want that, man?
That's right.
You want to be relegated to begging on Facebook, sending out these stupid ass, everybody, we're going to wear black on July 4th, so no one gives a damn. Because Black Lives Matter. You on Facebook, you on Instagram, you on whatever you on, crying and whining and trying to get a piece of acceptance from your enemy, man. Yep. When you really just need to focus on your relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, everything can fall into place from there.
Right.
Okay?
This is Revelation chapter 21 and verse 4. And the start at the top. This is Revelation 21 at the top, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Right.
And there was no more sea.
This place is going to be completely removed and changed. Everything is going to be upgraded. All right, even the heavens itself, the Shemayim, the atmosphere is going to be made new and refreshed. The sky is going to be better. A new heaven and a new earth. That's dope.
That's dope.
Because here you be coughing like a...
Right.
They be like, you got to go. All right? So we got to get up out of here, man. Go ahead.
And there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Right, and there's a scripture that talks about how we're going to be caught up with the Lord. Then come back down and do what? Rule, dominate. Yep. There's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth established here, not some fantasy world. See, the so-called white man wants you to think you're just gonna go to some fantasy land because he don't want you to rule nothing.
Right.
He's like, okay, this is mine. You can get yours in heaven, in La La Land somewhere.
Right.
If you ever even talk about having something, he will shoot you. If you ever even try to establish something as a group, he will call you a terrorist organization.
Then shoot you.
Then shoot you. Okay? Because this is his. And you can only have what he tells you. So this is what Esau walk by without hearing something.
When you look at the history of Esau, man, and the history of Jacob, you can look at the redlining.
Yeah.
You can look at Central Park,
Yes.
where that was Jake's property over there. You know, and you can just look around, bro, how Esau did what he did, bro. And he doesn't have to pay for that? No. Not on the Most High's watch, man.
Yeah.
Definitely not ours.
Yeah.
Back in Revelation chapter 21 and verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them.
And he's dwelling with us, man. The Spirit called Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That tabernacle is being established. It'll be called up. We'll join Yahushua, and then come down and reign on earth, man.
Imagine that. Bro, yeah. Imagine that in real time. You come, first of all, your enemy see you get beat up in the chair, and they say, them? Like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Yeah.
Then they see you come back down. After the whole world is shook, broken up, everybody's shocked, we in a new form, and they got to bow down.
Yep.
That sounds dope.
Right.
Sounds
So
good,
when you meditate, bro, when you meditate about it, when you really get serious with this thought, you're like, how can I miss that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's that drive, like, oh, because you know it's going to happen. So what you going to do to get up in there, to see, to be part of that?
That's what, when I was first watching the apostles and elders, that's what was in my mind.
Right.
When they was talking about the prophecies, and all the scriptures that I was all up in church, I ain't never read none of them before, and they was reading them, and I was like, I want that.
Right.
What do I have to do to get that?
Right.
Okay, I'm done.
Let's go.
Let's go. Get your ass up the street.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what? That's why I do that. Let's just start teaching. If the scripture says shovel shit,
Yep.
what I gotta do?
Right.
Whatever, I do that. I'm a results-oriented person. I'm looking at the result. Right. The Most High said the result is the kingdom. Those who are on point are going to be doing this, and they get all that. Bet. Okay? And I pray that Most High keep that in my spirit until your house shall come, man.
That's right.
All you brothers, man. Get it, man. Don't just see the crown and just stare at it. Go get it.
That's right.
Hey, grab it, man. Tight, okay? Go ahead.
Back in Revelation 21 and at the end of verse 3. And they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Boom. Their relationship is going to be at its height. Or?
Verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Yeah, man, the bodies, the situation that we in, walking around having to look at the cops stare at you all crazy.
Man.
Watching, you don't even know why you out there. You just know you mad. It ain't right. Y'all on Facebook looking at it, trying to look at every cop video to see if they did something wrong. Well, he didn't have to slam him like that.
Boy, he hit him.
You know? Man, that ain't changing the game, man. This is what's changing the game, man. Prophecy. Okay? Or, that it on that? You go to Romans 5,
Romans chapter 5, verse 2. By whom also we have access by faith.
Started once a lot.
Okay, Romans chapter 5, verse 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
That's right, man. Being justified by faith, we have peace. You're justified by that faith, man. Okay? You give leniency onto somebody that's really trying, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 2. By whom also we have access by faith unto this grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope, the hope of the glory of the Most High. And not only so,
That showed that expectation, man. You want a piece of that. Hope in it. Alright, our people hope in all types of stuff. That's why we playing lottery the most. Seen all the damn time. Get him on the beat. Take your ass right there.
verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also. Knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts.
You cannot outgive the Heavenly Father, man. The more you put in, the more you get out. You cannot outgive Yahweh Shem. Alright? It is impossible. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out. The Most High has written it. The more you sow, the more you're going to reap. And you're sowing something. You're sowing something. Even if you're just sitting there and looking, you're sowing items. You're sowing something. And you are being obedient to something and disobedient to something. You're submitting to something. Those of you new watching, you're submitting to something. Okay? Now, is what you're submitting to going to benefit you? What's the end result? Okay? Go ahead.
Romans chapter 5 and verse 5. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given unto us.
Go ahead.
For when we were yet without strength, in due time, when Mashiach died for the ungodly, scarcely for a righteous man will die. One die. It says, yet peradventure for a good man, some will even dare to die. But the Most High commanded His love towards us, commended His love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Mashiach died for us.
That was dope. That's charity. All right. Now you got somebody that stabbed you in the back, treated you dirty. You know what I mean? Stole money from you. Okay. Ultimately, set you up to be taken out.
Yep.
And you still put your life on the line for that man. That's love right there, man. And you didn't do nothing wrong, man. This person did all these things to you. Still put his life on the line for you. Hey, man, that's love right there. Yahweh Shah showed immense love for the brother. For the Achion. Okay? Alright, the strength of life. Achion. Go ahead.
Verse 9, much more then, being now justified by His blood, we shall be saved from wrath through Him.
That's right, man. So with Jesus, he's that mediator. That's how we're able to basically be saved from the judgment of Heavenly Father. That's why he's put as that high priest of what? The order of Melchizedek. He went behind that veil, as we were reading in Hebrews 6th chapter, and committed a sacrifice to basically open up a way of repentance to those that were given unto him.
That's right.
Not everybody, the elect.
John 17.
All right?
John 17.
Elect. Those that have the blood on their doorpost. The Spirit. Okay?
I got a precept.
What you got out?
I got the one.
Is that more than that? Okay,
Verse 10 it says, for if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to the Most High by the death of his Son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life.
that's right, man. So we were enemies, man. Outcasts. Outsiders. Because of our iniquity. You know? But because of Yahweh's sacrifice, there was a reconciliation that's been made. Now there's an opportunity of a lifetime before us. And it'd be prudent that you take hold of it. All right? This is an exhortation. Nobody's begging. Because I don't need nobody. But as a man, I'm saying, we just blowing the trumpet. That door is closing. It is. That door is closing. The prophecies are speaking. And things are happening faster. So there's an urgency. There's an urgency to your personal salvation that you better take heed. And the scripture talk about hastening the day. Okay? I'm rolling this, bro.
All right, verse 11, it says, and not only so,
I know you true to this.
Yeah.
and not only so, but we also joy in the Most High through our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, by whom we have now received the atonement. Wherefore as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin. And so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world.
But by the law, sin was in the world. Go ahead.
But sin is not imputed when there is no law.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that have not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come.
So even those that came out of Adam had to suffer the curse of sin, which is death, man. Okay? Up until this point, there's a new door opened up. Go ahead.
Verse 15, but not as the offense, so also is the free gift. For if through the offense of one many you will be dead, much more the grace of the Most High and the gift by grace, which is by one man, Yahweh Mashiach, have abound unto many.
Boom, so that gift was given, man. It's cyclical, man. So how death through the first Adam has been passed down to everybody through who the world called Jesus Christ, Yahweh, through his death, life has been opened up. Through his sacrifice, life has been opened up. Okay? Demons, man. The Most High is going to shake this place up. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 16, and not as it was by one that sinned, so was the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemnation.
Why is this the only person talking about like she really kept telling this person they broke tail. Our people are absolutely broken the hell out.
That's true.
They pride. That's pride, bro.
That's why we got to be patient and wait on it.
You need to go wash your ass.
All right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 16, and not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one.
Now tell me y'all would pull a pistol out like Harry.
Shit.
Pull a pistol out.
I
Would
just
you?
whoop my ass. But what?
When you have the black women was all up on that white woman, she said, you know what I'm saying? And I bet you there was a big one too. I bet you the one that got that horn.
Oh, man.
That man.
Big
Orangutan.
catfish. It's too loud. Y'all
It's changed up real quick when she pulled that pistol out. Esau about to pull the pistol out on all you so-called Negroes out there, man. Running around thinking that you got rights.
Right.
Yeah. Tear down the monuments, man. Y'all better stop trying to take investment in this place, man.
That's right.
You know? Ain't no stake in there, man.
Or not.
All right? Okay.
No, this is for the judgment.
Esau about to pull that thing out on all right?
All right, this Romans 5:16. It says, and not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one to the condemnation, but the free gift is of many offensive unto justification.
Wait, hold on. Read that part again, the free gift.
No, it says, but the free gift is of many offensive.
See, free gift. That's talking about, that's why you can't do nothing. About to get up in here.
That's right.
Okay, it was nothing that you did. The same way you read in Romans 9 when they say before they were born, Esau and Jacob, okay, before they did any work, it was stamped what they was going to be and how they was going to do it, etc., etc. It's the same thing with us. Read it again one more time out.
But the free gift is of many offensive unto justification.
That's why when you think about your house shot sacrifice, if you believe in this truth, if you really fight, you gotta say, you know, I was there. When he got crucified, my messes, my sins was crucified with him. If you believe, because that's why he came down for him. That was the reason why Yahweh Shai came on the earth for, man. To be the ultimate sacrifice. If you really believe, then you believe that your sins was nailed with him. Right. And you hope. And you know that's going to come to glory. He resurrected, right? He coming back in his glory. You want to be with him. Next to him with a crown on your head. You want him to, you want to receive the crown from the one who was taller than the rest. Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? This is no joke, man. What you're involved in is no joke. And you see it's no joke because as we speaking, all these years, what's happening? Prophecies coming. Okay? Everything is going towards America crumbling. Have you not been talking about America crumbling for years?
That's right.
Being broken down economically and this. We gave you detailed breakdowns of how America was going to go down. We didn't give you a date, but we told you. So who you think puts the spirit in us to say that? Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? This gospel goes through the four corners of the earth and then shall the end come. Has this gospel not been everywhere?
Yep.
So this would be the perfect time to put bullshit aside and understand that we're right there. Stop being so loose with your crown hanging on your fingernail. Nah, man, you better grab that thing. Real talk, man.
So this is 2 Ezra chapter 2, and verse 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord unto Ezra, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I have given unto Israel. Therefore, their glory also will I take unto them, and give these everlasting tabernacle."
Yeah, like Revelation 1, right? An everlasting tabernacle. Go ahead.
Verse 12. They shall have the tree of life for an ointment of sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor be weary. No, and ye shall receive.
Because other people will be doing all that. Go ahead.
I pray you days unto you. The day that we serve is already prepared for you. Why?
Right, and so we're starting to see prophecy speed up. We're starting to see World War III speed up. We're starting to see, when we read in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, the beginning of sorrows, they're speeding up. Sedition amongst men, famine, pestilence. All right, we talk about, we call it an economic collapse, but really it's an economic demolition. They're liquidating what you understand as this current capitalistic society. It's being transitioned into another way of moving currency and money. The market of beast system. What people call the New World Order system is literally being constructed in your face. The retail stores are closing. Now you buy everything online.
Yep.
They're saying that there's a coin shortage. That you need to have exact cash, or don't even bring cash. We only accept debit card and credit card now.
Yep.
And soon that's going to be taken out.
Yep.
Okay? They're already starting to put in your mind mandatory vaccination. It's not about the vaccination. It's about the system that it will take to keep all that information. How are you going to vaccine the whole world?
Right.
And keep all of that information put together? It's going to take some blockchain technology.
Yep.
It's going to take 5G. It's going to take a global communication network. It's going to take a one world system. So all of these things are being constructed, but the prophecy said that these was going to happen thousands of years ago.
That's right.
So it's a demolition. Meanwhile, what's happening? Our people are waking up.
Right.
You're starting to have a small group of our people coming to spiritual freedom, right? Coming into that free gift that we're reading about that the Lord established in the heavens. Sitting at the right side of the Heavenly Father, that Holy Spirit is being poured down of understanding, going through the scriptures, and actually understanding the prophecies. Critical information, right? So this is happening. The kingdom is being prepared, right? Skip. That's more. Go ahead.
Genesis 2:14. Take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces and created the good. For I live in said the how about Shah.
Right, the evil is going to be broken into pieces, man. All right? So that's why the Most High has got it in the mind of the kings of the earth to what? Fight. Currently, you have tumults or possible skirmishes happening in between with India and with China.
Yeah.
Now, who else is in there? Pakistan, Taiwan, all right? Japan is looking on. America has key partnerships with India. Meanwhile, on the Turkish-Syrian border, major skirmishes and conflicts are going on around the Valley of Jehoshaphat. You have the state of Israel wanting to expand their territories into the Golden Heights region.
That's right.
Why? The Golden Heights region is full of natural gas and oil. Okay? Everybody asking for water? Nah. All right, it's full of natural gas and oil, man. And currently, Syria has claims to those lands a little bit. So the scriptures talk about how Damascus is going to be turned into a ruinous heap. That there is going to be war in that area, in that region. Where you got Jordan, the state of Israel, Lebanon, the Palestinians. You have Saudi Arabian interests, Iranian interests, Russian interests. Of course, China as well. Meanwhile, you have NATO troops all up in there. Germany, you got the UK, France. These are all major nuclear capable nations.
That's right.
Okay? All of this is for the sake of prophecy. Okay? Now, we read. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is second Ezra.
You know what? Go to Joel real quick. Joel 3 and 9. Joel 3 and 9. We'll come back to that. Meanwhile, you think that they shutting down all these businesses just to COVID? We don't want to spread COVID. The economic turmoil that's getting ready to happen in America is way worse than COVID. The bankruptcy and the lost income that's getting ready to sweep across America is way worse than COVID. They're going to have a system of universal income.
That's right.
And the zombie Americans are going, okay.
That's why they call them zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you look at Walking Dead, it's an allegory towards you.
Right.
You are the zombie. You're the useless eater.
Yep.
They're literally making fun of you.
Bro, yeah, they gonna
Okay?
find you.
And you can see it when people are walking up and down the street. They don't know what's going on.
Yep.
They're just living happy hour to happy hour. Drifting.
You're trying to get in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're in this busted relationship and then you're in that busted relationship. You have no personal freedom to actually have a good relationship. You spend all your critical hours at work. How you gonna have a relationship? I come home, take a shit, go to sleep, and we watch Netflix.
We're like,
Booyah.
hey,
That's what happens to most of these people. Dirty ass in the bed. Look, man, this is a place of just useless eating, man. But not eating. Just drill. And they got you, man.
I don't know, Dave.
Okay? And the Most High's tired of it, man. That's why all of this stuff is getting ready. Most High's just gonna burn it.
Right.
He's just gonna burn it. And it's a good thing. Okay? Go ahead, call the read.
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near.
Yeah.
Let them come up.
The Most High has been putting it into the minds of these nations to prepare war. That's why these nations have been getting all their armaments up. They've been getting the weaponry right. Because war has been prepared.
That's right.
It's not just some type of trade deal gone bad with China. It's bigger than that, bro.
That's right.
Man, you making me pay for all this corn. No, man. The whole economic system is changing, and China wants a piece of it.
That's right.
And America's like, no.
Right, it's a fight.
So they gonna fight. And people are gonna choose sides. Okay? Literally happening right now.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
You know what though? Right there is how you know the prophet said simultaneously as America's falling, right? Economically, right? Riots on the streets and truth. All the same time, there'll be bombs happening.
Yep.
Within the same simultaneous time frame. Why is that? Because when they see America get weaker and weaker, the Lord gonna put the spirit of these kings say it's time.
Yep.
And he gonna rise them at the right time because America gonna be weak. Full of troops on the streets, man. Stretched too thin like Roman Empire. Stretched so thin, it's gonna be impossible for them to really win this.
Yep. America messed up when they did all those weapons deals.
Yep.
They did all those weapons deals to secure these contracts, and now all of these random nations got weapons, man. So they're not scared no more. They're tired of the American vote. Okay? Ironically, even the dollar. Because nowadays, basically able to secure Saudi Arabia. That's right. That's how they got it. That's how they made that OPEC deal. That we will give you military protection if you trade your energy, your oil and gas, in U.S. dollars. Right. Now these nations want out. Okay.
Proverbs chapter 21, starting verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will.
That's right. That's what the Most High is doing when he's working on the minds of the kings of the earth. He's putting it in their minds to do this, to do that. So he's putting it on the mind of Moab, who's the so-called Chinese people in the scripture. The biblical nation, the biblical name is Moab. Moab has been copying what America has done. All right? China, they had kind of like a simulated slave labor network in China where they had cheap labor, so they was able to build up corporations fast. Because when you don't have to pay labor, when you have slaves, your company, your profits skyrocket. Okay? So China has been doing it for the last 15, 20 years. Then once they built up the infrastructure, they shipped it out to Africa. And then they became more of a service and tech industry. They copied the United States model, they duplicated it, and now they're competing with America on who's going to be the leader of the next system that comes out.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Okay, back in Joel chapter 3 and verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Right, so now all of these troops are gathering, man, in different locations, but chiefly around a centralized area in the Middle East. Go ahead.
Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Right, come to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yehoshaphat in the Hebrew. All right, which means God's decision. Because God is going to make judgment in World War III. It's not because men are, why do we have to fight? Why can't we have peace? God don't want peace. He don't want peace in this cesspool.
Right.
We'll have peace afterwards.
That's right.
Most High wants a piece of this world's ass. That's what's getting ready to go down, man. You mean transatlantic slave trade, the genocide of the Native Americans, the destruction of all types of species of plants and animals, all right? The poisoning of the air and the water. God's creation is being absolutely destroyed. God is not going to make no peace with the people.
Right.
The earth ain't going to make peace. The earth really wants to swallow everybody up. The earth is tired of people.
Hell earthquakes.
Right? So peace is not getting ready to come. That's why we're out here blowing the trumpet to warn you. Okay? Go ahead.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full.
The press is full. Come get you down. You know, you have a wine press.
Isaiah 63.
Fill it up with what? Grapes.
Isaiah 63.
So when the press is full, what do? You get in there and stop them grapes. The Lord has filled, the judgment is full. The press is full. All right?
Alright, man.
All right? Go ahead.
Come get you down, for the press is full. The vats overflow, for the wickedness is great.
The fats overflow. All right? Go ahead.
Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
That's right, man. So the day of the Lord is near, man. The day of the Lord is closing in. Faster and faster. That's why things are heating up more. And that's why we tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you better wake up. You better get your mind right. All right, stop trying to ask these people for your freedom. Right. You need to come and create your relationship with the Heavenly Father, and He will give you it.
Right.
He will empower you to take it for yourself. But first, faith has to be established. Okay? More? Hit it on that? Okay. So what's the side, man? What you want?
This is Psalm 5 right here.
Okay, yeah, pull that. Go ahead.
You know what? Why not? I'm starting to tell you. Revelation chapter 18, starting verse 1. After these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
This is Babylon the Great. America is Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Okay?
Right.
It fits all the criteria. All right? For you Christians that like to sneak in and watch our videos and take our breakdown, then try to act smart in front of your congregation. America is Babylon the Great. When you read Revelation, the previous chapter, when you go to Revelation 17, it talks about the whore that rideth upon the beast.
Right.
And on her name was written Mystery Babylon the Great, mother of harlots.
Right.
That's America. America ruling the whole damn world, and the Bible ain't gonna mention it. It doesn't mention every kingdom, every situation. It's just America just got mixed.
The problem is they want to read and actually see the word America there. But that's why it calls, that's what we're talking about. He talks about mystery Babylon. It's a mystery, but the mysteries were given to the servants of prophets.
That's right.
We are the servants of prophets, breaking down the mystery of who Babylon is at the end. The great kingdom of confusion, the mother of harlots. If you're the mother of harlots, you teach them hoes, some other hoes, how to be a bigger hoe like you. Yeah. That's why everybody wants to come to America to learn how to be a bigger hoe.
That's right.
Come to the mother of harlots. We will nourish you with wickedness.
That's right.
Right? We will raise you. Come to that golden cup. The Lord, he said, Babylon's the golden cup that brought everybody in. They got drunken. Okay, they become a super hoe to the point where they stagger. Okay?
That's right. All right.
Back to Revelation 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
There you go. The philosophy is the way.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, the trees of the earth laid down with it.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
Right, the merchants of the earth are waxed rich. Is that not? Come on, man. Who else is that talking about?
Right.
Do we have to argue about this? Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues.
You're going to have to be saved out of here. Called up, out of here. Go ahead.
That you receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Shema Shah have remembered her iniquities. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Shema Shah have remembered her iniquities.
Most High has forgotten all the wickedness, man. Right. All that hoeing that you talking about.
Yeah.
Right. Superhead.
You even remember that hoe back in high school that broke your heart. How much more the Most High gonna remember the whoredoing thing?
Hey, and that's why these other nations, even though they don't know the truth, they have some morals about them that links with certain things in our culture. Okay? So when their daughter comes from Saudi Arabia or something, come over here, they be nervous because they don't want them, you know what I'm saying, if they tied to their culture a lot of having some type of moral character. They don't want their daughter to come over here being loose. Because if you come over here, you can be super loose with no consequences. You can be more of a hoe that you want to be. Because you saw that mother over there, you said, teach me. Okay, gold hoe. Okay. Oh, glittery nasty ass, man. That's the truth. That's right.
You so-called Negroes, you've been so beaten down by this place. You don't know what to do.
That's right.
You don't know what to do. You Negroes are just pathetic.
Hey, man.
Black Lives Matter.
Sick of that shit.
Recognize me, please. You want validation of your enemy so bad, it's just disgusting. You want him to recognize you, and you want the so-called white man's sympathy so bad.
Shit crazy.
Just thirsty. It's disgusting. Seeing you so-called Negroes beg on TV. Beg. That's how beat down our people are, man. You know? And you never get the respect from the so-called white man. You beg and try to talk about your life matter. Please join us in our battle. Black Lives Matter. You sound like old thirsty thought.
They're like somehow the devil gonna turn around and say, you know what? Right. You might actually does it. No, he's gonna hit you and shoot you some more.
Like, yes,
hang you some more.
Y'all here see Django? Yeah. When Django came onto the these slaves, like, yes, Big Daddy. That's you so-called Negroes. Yes, Daddy. Okay, now we're gonna give you some rights. Okay, Daddy. Black Lives Matter, baby. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Daddy. That's you so-called Negroes, man. And it's pathetic.
If I can say this, what you do with skis like that? I don't. But hey, if you bro, what you gonna do? You gonna pass around the road? That's right. Hey, you gonna sit on a mission? You set somebody up. Yep. To see what
Yep. Right. And that's what you so-called Negroes and Latinos have been in America, man. You just been a thought for the so-called white man. Passed around. Go fight my war. Go build my company. Go clean it up. Drive my buses. Cook the food in the restaurant.
Yep.
Play the song. Bounce the basketball. Dance, nigga, dance. And yes, Daddy. Dad, can I have a Grammy, Daddy? It's just corny, man.
Oh, man.
All right, and that's why now in BLM has turned into a movement for homosexual transgender.
Yep.
The people who are the spokesmen or the unwilling mascot, the so-called Negro male, he receives no benefits from the Black Lives Matter movement. Right? He's just a symbol of oppression. When people talk about harsh oppression, they say, "Oh, you treat me like a black person."
Yep.
Right? So you are symbolic of oppression, but you treat the way you treat love, and it's to no avail.
Yep, right. 33. That's right.
Yep.
Yes, Dad. That's what I was talking about?
Yeah. Dixie crack. Look that up.
Back in Revelation 18, start back in 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Shema Shah have remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
So God, the Most High said that double is going to be rewarded to this place for all the wickedness that it did. So for the slavery, for the rape, robbery, and murder, for the wars, the lies, there's judgment reserved for Babylon the Great, man.
Go ahead. In the cup which she hath filled to her double, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
So how much this place is glorified, because this is the pinnacle of pride.
Man, proud to be married.
You know, what's that scripture? Psalm 49:11. Yeah, do that real quick. Yeah, the inward thought. Because the America, man, they believe that this is just the, you know, like I said, you got to be prideful to carve your face into a solid mountain. Right. Jesus. God, that's some swag. Bro, you carve your face into a mountain, your swag level is on 1,000,000. Nigga, this is my mountain. You see that? That's me. Wow. They carved presidents into a mountain, bro. They stole this land from the Native. They didn't put one Native American on the mountain. Bro, that's messed up. Y'all could have got one. You could have put Tonto on one of them. You get nothing. That's pride, man.
Right.
Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Their inward thought is that their houses is just going to go on forever. And that's how America, especially the elite white Americans, they really think it's just going to go on.
Time to go.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you so-called Negroes running around here on 4th of July, you going to find out what the so-called white man really think about you.
Exactly. Right. Real quick.
Better flags coming out.
You gonna find out. He been giving you little glimpses of that old time, like that. Right. See,
I done heard all parts.
See these dudes in the background?
That's all
See these dudes in the background right here?
Right.
They back.
Yeah.
The spirit. Revved up. They back. They kids make the laws today.
That's right.
That's true.
They kids run the government. They kids run the police department. They kids feel the same way about you, man.
That's right.
And you done forgot, man.
That's right.
You done watched all that world star hip hop and lost your damn mind.
Hey, but you know, it's funny seeing these different stories of Jake and How about Shema Shah putting that spirit of Esau back up to show you what time it is to come against Jake, man. Yep. And the ones of Jake who ain't paying attention, who forsook His word?
Yeah.
Okay, we scoff the prophets.
Yeah.
When he reached out his hand, but they didn't regard it,
Yeah.
he gonna let Esau swallow y'all up.
Yeah, bro. Because Independence Day didn't have nothing to do with your black ass.
Right.
They were not thinking about you on that day. Matter of fact, you was just bringing the food. Yes, Dad. You need some more to eat?
They were picking niggas.
Man.
Yeah, they were picking niggas.
They were picking niggas back then.
George Washington teeth was made of slave teeth.
Right.
He had wooden dentures. Okay? And he got them teeth from slaves.
Yep.
Okay? Benjamin Franklin. He had 2 plantations. He was balling. You best believe he had a lot of them women up in them barns bent over. That was the original twerk. Okay? And that's what you celebrate on your 4th of July, where you think it's goofy and funny to pop some fireworks.
I don't think popping.
So-called white man does not have you in mind with no Independence Day, man. And how much he got to kick your ass up and down these streets for you to understand that, man?
Right.
When you gonna stop begging him for some validation, man?
That's right.
Like a thought. Trying to get some likes from the so-called white man. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. A lot of you women that get on the line towards your daddy, Esau, the so-called white man, he's gonna slap you.
Yeah,
He's
man.
gonna remind you, hey, I'm in control.
Yeah.
A lot of you women out there, you're going to be slapped in that day.
And you men too.
That's right.
The men too, because they forward that mindset too, man.
Independent, bad, I'm bad mindset.
Yeah.
How the hell you gonna be independent with a family?
Right.
You would think 2 people that have a child with each other would try their hardest to get along.
Yeah.
But not with the mindset our people have.
Right.
Our people glorify killing their babies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So the Most High is going to send swift judgment.
That's right, brother. Yeah. That's why we say 2/3 of our people are going to get caught up in the judgment that's coming here, man. 2/3 of our people ain't going to make it out of this state, man.
Right. Nope.
That's a hefty majority. You're going to get caught up in the besom of destruction.
Yep.
America's not going to make it, man.
That's right. Right.
This ain't going to just go on. All right? Go back and read that.
God, this Psalm 49 and 11. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever.
Go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own
They
name.
call the lands after their own names. They name it after themselves. George Washington is, Benjamin Franklin at, this street, that state. They even name, like we always say, they name bugs and atoms after themselves. The so-called white man will have you thinking he made every damn thing. That he's got it. He just named everything out. Einsteinium. Like, he named it Einsteinium.
Real.
All right? They even got an area over there in the state of Israel, and they're naming it after Trump.
Right.
Just prideful, man. Go ahead, man.
Verse 12. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like a beast that perishes.
Yeah, man, the Most High is going to show you that you just flesh by bringing destruction on it, man. And when America goes down, all the nations are going to be astonished. We're reading about it now. Let's call it a read. Go back to Revelation 18.
Revelation chapter 18, start back at 7.
Go ahead.
How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, man. So
Well,
much
she-
torment and sorrow give her. Go ahead.
For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, man. They think nothing is going to happen to this place. I ain't going to see no sorrow. I'm going to be able to kick butt and take names forever.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hey, you know, and that's true. When they walk by, all around the states, wherever, when they walk by, hear the message of Babylon going down, that's America, they say, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, y'all can take the scooters. Y'all want the scooters? Y'all can take the scooters. They don't bite. They don't bite. Unless I tell them to. Nah, just go ahead.
It said, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and famine.
Yeah, death, mourning, and famine.
That's
all right? We see the pestilence. Now, we've been talking about the food shortage. And we've been talking about this brother right here, and he knows about the distribution, man, because he works in that industry, man. So he's seeing how these trucks ain't moving the same. He showed us.
Hey, that's gonna small sample of how that defunding the police gonna look, man.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna complete chaos, man. Niggas wouldn't do that if none of this would have happened, man.
Yeah.
But the Lord about to turn it up now.
Right.
Yeah.
Soon as you mention that the troops gonna come in and order, watch.
Right.
Speaking of them funding the police, we had these truckers out there, they're saying that they're going to actually boycott these various cities in which they're shutting down the police institutes. So what is it going to cause? That's going to put even more strain.
Hey, more strong. I mean, this thing gonna be a process. Enjoy the process of American travel. Really watch and do it, and fear the Lord, man. How do you not see we at the end? Look what's happening. Whenever COVID started to rise and they start to shut stuff down, they said, well, now it's going back down a little bit. Another thing happened that was happening in record form that never happened before. Okay, riots in a way that didn't happen before. Now, COVID's back. Everything is showing that the hope of America, and they look at their windows, it's getting darker and darker by the day, by the second.
Yep. But they go put you so-called Negroes at the forefront of the problem.
Right.
You're gonna be the reason why COVID is spreading. They gonna blame your black ass.
Right.
All right. Right. Go ahead.
Back at verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord's power who judges her. Yep. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Hey man, and so all the kings of the earth are gonna be like, whoa. Okay? So when all this go down, man. So hey, this might be the last little 4th of July celebration and cookout that you have. And for a lot of you so-called Negroes, man, there might be a lot of beatdowns coming, man.
Right. He saw that.
This might be a very, very bloody 4th of July weekend for,
Right.
For you so-called Negroes, man. The 4th of July ain't got nothing to do with you so-called Negroes, man.
Right.
All right? Talking about my family fought for this place. My family fought for this place. Well, they didn't put your family on the other side of no mountain to say you was in there.
Right.
Why ain't they got one of your old great grandfathers on the side of the Mount Rushmore? So they wasn't thinking about your black ass, man.
Ain't got him showing the money.
All right. No, neither you Latinos either, man. Cause y'all not excluded either. They think the same about you. All right.
Hey, and America's independence was prophesied in the scriptures. Okay? And they were to be demons against the Heavenly Father and to wear out the saints. Right. So what the hell are you celebrating America's independence for? That's Esau getting the fatness of the earth.
Come on.
That's Esau blessing America's independence because it would be through Babylon the Great and this beast system that he would fulfill the blessing that Isaac gave him. You're supposed to be crying and fighting for your blessing, man. What the hell are you celebrating 4th of July for?
Exactly, man. You should be trying to have that relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua reestablished, man, so we can dominate the world. Instead of begging the so-called white man for validation. Close out on that.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5.
Stop being greedy. That DMX needs.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labor. Then they
Hey, in counter Jake Reavers. Hennessy, all of this shit was started by you, Jake. But who's at the forefront of it? A nigga, a white man with a mustache, this goddamn thing.
Curling up and shit.
With the hand.
With a top hat.
Verse 2.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
Hey man, we need Yahweh Shem back.
That's right.
Alright? To confound all these nations, especially the Edomites, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they repented.
Allah Yahweh Shem
Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
They're not going to believe it. Go ahead.
And a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
That's right, man. So we're going out, we fight for that, man. We're standing for that, man. And that's what, for those of you that are new, that are just now tuning into this, listen, read, tune into the videos, learn, pray, get into it with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, get into these words, get into the understanding of the prophecies, man. We ain't come out here to lie to you. We ain't out here to just be playing around and BSing, man. We want this.
That's right.
We want this, man. That's right. Just like the other said, we gotta speak it into existence, man. Faith and works. Right. Faith and works. Right. Get your faith up. Faith coming by hearing. Right. Hear first, and then get into it, man. The door is closing, man. The door is closing. You just now tuning into this, man. Get your mind right. Stop playing. Get around the right people. The people who are serious about salvation, man. Who are serious about so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, those of us that have been scattered all across the four corners of the earth. Right. The true children of Israel, man.
That's right.
Get into it, man.
Because you come in at the last second, you get the same penny, but you got to be that much more on point, that much faster.
That's right.
You don't have the years we had. You can't make the mistakes we made in this time. That's right. You got to snap into it.
That's right. That's right. They should be found unfaithful. You want to be found faithful, man, because it's going down, man.
That's right.
It's going down. Okay? So get your expectation up, and that'll drive your work in. Right? Or, that's it. Hey, man, with that, man, we'll give all praise and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation. That's right. Out there pushing, man. Hey, let's keep your foot on the gas pedal, man. Shalom.
Shalom.